That's how it starts.
It's always something.
Alright. Today is a very, very special episode of the podcast.
What's that book you got right there?
That's the book.
I mean, it is a book.
It's a classic.
Wow, I'm not. Wow, I'm blind.
Okay, so
I become tree. Oh my
today
god.
is the episode we said we would bring faster than you thought because somebody important wanted to join in today. But today is the first Hentaicast
Of 2018.
2018. Let's go. Let's do this. So, real quick, joining us today, of course, you have myself, one of the co-hosts, Yancy. And over here, you have the main host over here.
Hello.
Got Kelvin over here. We got usuals like Ed Boy over here eating some French fries.
Yum.
I'm gonna take one dry fry.
We got other mainstays over here. We got Fred. We got the man who owns the YouTube channel. We got Raphael.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And then we got Nelson coming back from work real quick.
What's good? Hello.
Oh, Nelson about to fall asleep.
Just let it be known for the record.
Take another one.
That
This
PlayStation
man.
All-Star match didn't happen because Nelson didn't bring it.
What?
Coming out.
So far, what happened with Nelson in 2018? He got sniped and he ran away from a fight, allegedly.
Allegedly. This man got sniped through the face like so many times.
What happened to Nelson happened to me in the UU tournament.
You deserve that, yo.
Wait, I deserve that?
You deserve that.
I deserve that?
Yeah.
How do I deserve that?
You deserve it.
I should have rigged as fuck.
No, I did not get. Alright.
Yo,
I did not deserve that snipe.
You think yours was bad?
No, mine's is the worst, right? You know how bad it was?
Nelson, I had to pick a Whimsicott again.
Every time I look at my book that I got for free draft, the first name I see is Tapu Koko. I'm disgusted, alright?
Yo, because
Remember a year ago when this nigga was shit talking Tapu?
I wanted it this draft, because I was like, I'm about to bop everybody.
The funny thing
They
about that-
sniped me, I ended up with some ugly nigga boo.
but the funny thing about it was that he had it for 15 slots. Then it's like Michael right before him. Tapu Koko.
No, I got the death note ready. Michael's on that list.
I just gotta know if I'm on that list.
No, you're not on that list.
Okay.
I know I'm not on that list.
Hey, right? So I feel
Paul's
bad.
there though, right?
Yeah. Paul?
I'm on that. I'm on
No?
that list.
So who was it that betrayed you?
Reps.
Oh, Michael.
Oh,
Yeah, Michael.
He said, oh, the first pick I'm gonna get is a mega, and I'm not even looking at electric type.
Yo, let's go MV.
So when he took me, when minute I heard him say Tapu Koko, I was like, you know what? Let me open my book. Next page, I put Michael's name first.
Yo, I felt that.
Yo, I don't need the death note. I have the actual replication of it.
I got 8 names on that book, and I crossed one out already. One died already.
I'm on the list. I need no. I'm on the list.
You won that list.
What did he say?
To my Hydra.
Oh.
Yo, this is legit how I be. This is legit how I felt next to Nelson when he was telling me about.
Yancy drafted Garchomp. I'm like, I need a dragon type.
I didn't draft Garchomp.
I did.
Who drafted Garchomp?
Him.
That was my Garchomp.
I wasn't even gonna plan on.
I didn't even want to kill him black this
I
tournament.
drafted Mens first round.
Yeah. That
I
was,
didn't even want to kill him black this tournament.
Well, I'm on your list, so.
No, but you're not high on the list, alright?
He's like number 8.
I'm still on the list regardless, so it doesn't matter where I'm positioned.
Nah, the names are whoever's first, the name is big on my book, and then it goes down.
It doesn't matter. I'm on that list, so I don't care. Just bring it.
Yo, but in the UU tourney, I'm disgusted. I got hyper offense. I don't like that style.
Curry's on that list.
That's
What
fine.
did
what?
he take?
So he took something he wasn't supposed to.
What?
What?
Sharkeisha.
Oh, Sharkeisha,
Oh,
yeah.
He was that.
He dropped it though.
I was
He
right
dropped
there.
it.
That's worse. Whoever drops them on after y'all sniped me is dying further. Like Michael is number 1 on that list.
So Kirk's number 2?
Nah, he's like 4. Cause there's somebody else called Oscar.
What did he take?
Mega Metachamp and he took Heatman.
Yo, for real. This man was telling me about that.
When I saw him take Mega Metachamp first round, I was like, alright, so this is the type of game we're gonna be playing. Oscar's not even.
Listen, I had to change up what I wanted to draft because everybody was taking what I wanted. So.
What was Garchomp supposed to be? Was it supposed to be Gerudo? What was Garchomp supposed to be? Because you were making Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Garchomp could be like
He
mad.
could be a Gerudo. He could be.
He could be the Magula.
No.
Oh, was he supposed to be the fucking sand shark thing?
That's what I just said. The Magula.
Yeah.
I got this nasty nigga Buddha on my team.
But that should kill JJ though.
That nigga ugly, yo. That's the only. I look at him in my team. I'm like, you don't fit.
Like that face just doesn't go with
that's
pure
right.
black.
That's why I had to pick up Jirachi. Kieran took Cartana, so I had to substitute.
I saw Kieran take Artana. I'm like, oh my god, no, no, please
I was like, I'm
don't.
fine. I have both of them.
I'm not saving you for
Yes, it is.
You get Psycho Cut.
30%.
It's like Kinium Z.
You're gonna hit the SD and you'll be like this.
I mean, with the fire punch, why he hits the SD? I'm not switching.
Berry. Nah, I don't think it's Berry.
Alright, so your thing is to sack one mod and then come in with
I'm not getting sacked because he's going SD on my switching.
And then you see Sakinium Z's.
And then he sees the berry.
Are you coming on yourself?
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh.
Hey, boy. Like this man is like,
I'm thinking about it. Like,
Well, I thought it was me.
I know. I was like, what? He's on a destruction.
no, because
I
when
got a tornado staring, right? And
Yo,
I was like,
fuck this man,
everybody's
yo.
team. I'm like, where's y'all switchings at?
Yo, I was
I
was practicing with this man. He flinched me 8 in a row.
No, so anything you do gotta switch.
I know I do, but you flinched it to death.
No, you don't. He does. He got
My road and he don't switch into
But
that.
you better hope. You better hope that man don't get weakened.
No, he's staying in the back. He's gonna be like, "Where's my time?" Now, all right, I'm in.
Nobody really got the switches that much. Alright, I'm looking at everybody's team. I'm like this.
I looked at that mon and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta make sure I have
This
something
man.
to hit."
I'm sorry.
Everyone got World of Age, but World of Age was like half my team, and
He's doing time.
he had to keep coming in on Voodoo. He had to come in on everybody.
Put rocks up.
Wait, who?
Rotom Heat.
Yo, Rotom he is gonna break his back, yo. Poor thing.
My Rotom, he had to break his back too. And I had it.
He's supposed to be defensive too.
He's forced to be like my poor
Tamu Voodoo's
Shane.
about to break that whole team.
Unlike my Mew, who's not forced to be defensive.
I
Finally,
noticed.
someone doesn't have a defensive Mew.
Defensive Mew is the best Mew.
It is one of the best Mews. But it's too common now. Everybody in the draft has used defensive Mew too much.
I don't care. Like, I brought defensive Mew and I still stacked up depths with it. Like,
And then, yo, if somebody tricked me, I still stacked up depths with that Mew.
yo, I go in there with taunt only, taunt Mew with Ice Beam, and I still stack up.
I wanted to bring Taunt. I wanted to bring it so bad,
Yo,
but I couldn't.
I bring taunt and then like
I needed Ice Beam.
somebody died.
I needed Ice Beam. And what happened? Kirk got swept by Ice Beam.
Yeah, that dude Kirk, he has to die.
Oh my god.
And you know who else almost died? The main character in the game you're talking about.
But not yet. We gotta go through the weeks real quick. How was everybody's weeks real quick? If anybody had a week.
I had to drop my class, my winter class.
Why?
Drugs.
Oh nah, I'm a good boy. No, I had to drop it because like I saw we had the homework assignment called Alex, which is basically like you have to fill up like a pie chart or some shit like that, and I have to get 80% of it done. Now I'd be doing like 5-6 hours a day until I can't do math no more, and it's like I only ended up doing like 30%. I'm just here like, did I just bust my ass for nothing?
Yes. Yes. You
I'm looking at this pie chart like, fuck you. And I go over to the professor today. I'm like, is this really how much I did? He's like, yeah, I'm surprised. What? What? Alright, fuck this. I'm dropping this class. If this homework grade is going to bring me down so much. And my first test grade got me mad salty. I got 60. I started throwing shit around when I got home.
It's
Steady.
math. Math does that to you.
I dropped it. I'm going to take it in the spring.
But it's different from that, obviously.
Shit got me tight.
Alright, how about you, CJ? You had a week?
I've had a very sleepless week because I've been playing this damn game every night trying to fucking finish it, but it's so long. Been up till like 6 in the morning.
For real?
Yeah, every day.
Is it that good?
Nigga say he
Yeah,
nigga
trying
say
to
he
finish.
called out of work today just to
I called out of work today just to try to finish, and I couldn't do it. It's long. It's fucking long. It's good though. It's
And that's why she's 9 months pregnant.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
What about you, Nelson? Aside from trying to kill people.
I'm just trying to kill people. That's what you gonna say.
Work. Oh, and then I'm doing my internship on it.
Alright.
Did like 3 weeks already. Shit is hell. Because we're doing tracking.
Alright. Alright, Fred, Rafi, how about you? So I saw a post on your Facebook, Fred, where it was like, nigga, what?
Oh yeah. So
Judging?
it's judging.
Well, you do it.
But like everyone got it was crazy because it was a ruling that should have been like common sense. So it was a shitstorm. It went public on Facebook, and so they just started like trying to find the information, on the head judge, like her Facebook and everything, just because she did one horrible ruling.
Which one?
MSC negates.
Does liquor, can you chain 2 liquors on the same cantina? And the answer was yes. But she said no. So everyone got mad because everyone was playing Trickstar at the event. They were like, if this ruling holds, because it's so stupid, I'm leaving, I'm dropping. And you see by the round after that, 20 people drop. They're like, I'm dropping, he's dropping, everyone's
Wait, you're
dropping.
talking about the tag out?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the most basic thing from Trickstars?
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's on the same chain.
So, I'm not allowed to say names because I was a judge in the event, but everyone got shit insane. And they just started harassing her. Like, her Facebook blew up and everything. And it was just stupid.
Oh boy.
Whoop, that's the
I
Yu-Gi-Oh
mean, when you
community.
got to go to the point that you start looking up their personal information, that was just crazy. I was like, I'm never getting doxxed. Fuck out of here. Miss me with that bullshit.
How about you, Raphael?
I've been watching Sora.
That shit is trash. Why are you
Get out.
subjecting yourself to torture?
I like that anime.
You're trash.
Everyone knows about his taste in anime.
I'm the exception.
I know this shit is trash. It is trash.
Well, fuck you.
After the first part of it is over, I'm like, was that it?
No.
Wait, was the first part not
the first
trash?
part, like when they actually saw it.
The first part is still trash.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the end of it.
Oh, it gets
is
worse.
It gets worse.
No, I finished like the whole. I finished the whole.
It gets to the
first
part where
season.
Mr. Suit got
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
yeah.
But I was like, I already knew the fairy section was gonna be trash,
Yeah.
so I didn't have my hopes. I was like, I just didn't like the ending of the first one because I was like, it was so anticlimactic. You were like aiming so high, and I'm like, wait, you found that was him just by one mistake? Like, wait, I was like, I don't.
I'm gonna
It
take
makes
my
sense.
powers from the game into real life. I can hold this knife like a sword.
Kirito is such a bad swordsman.
I was like,
He's the black swordsman.
It's one of the woo. That only goes to my homeboy.
Wait. He's the black swordsman?
No.
That's what
Does
they
he know
call
the
him in
way?
SAO. Black swordsman.
yeah.
There's only one person.
Does he know
that
the
with
way,
that
though?
title in my heart, and that's Guts.
Not guts, it's gats.
Yo, can I
You know I'm playing. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
this shit is trash. I just started season 2 today.
Okay, that's what you gotta do, right? After you're done with SAO, you go and you watch Log Horizon.
You watch 123.
I watched Log Horizon.
Log Horizon's
I have
pretty
the-
good.
I have the- Log Horizon's up here.
Okay.
Okay.
You watch
Yeah.
episode 123 of Dragon Ball Super. That's all you do.
Why
I'm
not go to
Dragon Ball
110?
Super
The actual fight with Jiren and Goku.
That was 123.
It was 110. The first fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm caught up on Super too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I
Super
really
love
Super.
Speaking of-
doing good.
Speaking of Super, I watched Dragon Ball Super in a fucking VR headset.
Oh my god. How's that going?
That
Night.
nearly there.
It's like Kaioken.
That dude's art wasn't there from last week's episode.
Oh no.
Yeah, where you know how Jiren had that. He had this one pose when he fucking dashed up to Vegeta, and oh god, my heart. No, I was like in VR. Yeah. I was in VR and I was just like, Jesus, this like wow. Oh,
Did it make the little nut the big nut?
I had a boner.
This makes the little penis the big penis.
But no, like playing VR, Resident Evil 7 was all I could hope for. Res Infinite was amazing. Skyrim was ass. Everything that I expected out of VR. I got Super Hot. Super Hot was fun. I don't get sick off of VR easily, at least for now.
Yeah.
And Res Infinite was like one of the main things that like a lot of people get sick playing because of all the flashing lights and shit. So I was very happy that I wasn't getting sick off of it. Yeah.
Epilepsy.
No.
Yeah.
What happens when I was telling you about the whole vertigo trip? It's just that like when I used it, is that I felt everything right here. So it felt more like tension than anything else. That's what gets me with VR.
For me with VR, I feel it like in my chest area. But I don't feel it enough. It's like I feel like G4. Like I feel like when I'm like running or doing something, it's like, ooh, why does my body not feel it?
Yeah.
So my body tries to compensate.
Oh, okay.
But it's not too hard enough for me where I have to stop playing.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah.
to that extreme, no. It's just right here.
The only thing I do I have to test a racing game. That's the last thing.
Get Gran Turismo.
That's what I have to do. Because I heard Drive Club VR was bad.
Get a porn simulator.
I mean, I saw 3D porn.
No. Porn simulator.
Oh, porn simulator?
They have those.
Okay.
I don't think for
Sounds
PlayStation.
Oh, you
but-
could get the apparatus with the
I don't
guy.
think
He had the whole thing on his
Not
chest.
allowed that.
Aside from that, just like that was it. Mostly we're just gonna go into this video game because this video game is the shit. So the hentai game we'll be talking about in particular about who's watched the OVA and you've seen it.
I
Too many
haven't. I'm
times.
trying
You've
to
seen
finish
it. I've seen it.
I watched the first episode.
You saw the first
I was
episode?
like, oh, okay. Let me watch the first episode.
Okay.
Obviously, he's talking about hateful boyfriend.
Okay. So yeah. So the hentai we're gonna be talking about, hentai/eroge, is called Funbag Fantasy in America, or as it's known in Japan, it's called New Fantasy. Funny thing is, I mentioned this hentai before. I actually mentioned this when I first got elected as president during the podcast we had there, where I was like, somebody asked me what's my favorite hentai, and I answered Calling You Fantasy. So just this is just a real take back of how like even back then I was in love with this, and now I have even better love of it because the fucking game is amazing.
It comes full circle.
It comes full circle.
You gotta see him at Anime NYC.
Mm.
You fanboyed the entire panel.
Yeah, at least I wasn't some of those niggas in the fucking Funimation sneak peek show.
You were!
Nah, I was trying to do it for the free shit, but some of them niggas was like, coming on titties, yeah. So,
We got a cosplay as
He
his
enjoyed it so
characters
much
from
he
here,
has
bro.
pitch perfect memory.
I guess I have to cosplay as Bon Bon.
Oh my god.
Send you to the dungeon, like I want some titties.
I lick this lollipop like I lick your titties.
So, Funbag Fantasy, for those who don't know, is a fantasy style, like near medieval kind of like setting where the main character, his name is Lute Hende. I actually remembered it this time.
All I remember is Hende.
Yeah, and so basically, he graduated from the Knights Academy as the worst knight graduated from the academy, and he has put shame on the Knight Academy itself. Everyone in his class hates him, and he gets banished off to the boonies. So as far as when it comes to the OVA and eroge differences, we'll talk about those as they come up. But essentially, I'd just like to get everyone's opinion on the game and then everyone's opinion on the OVA itself. So I guess we'll start with Kelvin because Kelvin's smiling already. he looks like he wants to say something about this game.
Like, you already know, Gladys is best girl.
Okay,
And,
Gladys is best girl.
and the princess.
So we're handing that there. Oh, so we're picking two now.
Yeah.
We're picking two.
Well,
Okay.
and
Oh.
Roxanne's up there, so those are my best three.
Is your top three?
Yep.
All right, we're going top three?
Yeah, top
All right,
three.
we'll go Isis, Gladys, and Lucera.
Hello, bottom.
Oh, little Shawnee.
It's actually exploded.
Yeah, since Kelvin put Gladys as number one, I won't put Gladys as number one on mine thing.
Good dude.
I like Isis. I'll rep her.
I mean, if it came down that we had
Stop
to...
laughing! It's not funny that her name is Isis.
I mean, we don't...
She's the god of fertility. Let's remember that.
And explosions. Premature ejaculation. I exploded.
I spit on you, brother. Anyways, CJ, how about you? Top three so far. Even though you haven't finished it.
Number one. I mean, I've met everybody. I just haven't gotten like the harem endings. Like, I guess not knowing them
Yeah, you
fully.
get
I
those
guess.
CGs back to back. Those CGs last at least 30 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
titties
Yeah,
everywhere.
there's literally a part where he's eating steak and he's like, I need some milk.
If it's anything like the coffee I needed milk for
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
No, okay. So for top, Shimzeal. Of
Shamsel?
course, yeah.
Yeah.
I said I don't know.
Shamwa.
ShamWow. I like saying Shimzel, but then it's spelled like Shimzeal, so I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm gonna go Shimzel, whatever.
Yeah.
Princess.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Sarah
She's. It was really weird at first for me with her, and I was like,
She is not 110 pounds yet.
yeah, oh my god. As soon as you meet her, you get her bio, and it's like 115 pounds. I was like, excuse me. I messaged both Kelvin and Yancy. I was like, there is no way. No way this bitch is 115 pounds.
What a Jeek, whatever it
All her
was.
waist on her tits.
Yeah.
Huh?
All her waist in her tits.
Yeah.
So what? She's like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
She's actually 10 pounds.
And who's your
She's-
third?
Oh god. But yeah, third, Gladys.
Woo! Gladys making it into Gladys and Lucero.
But wait, are we gonna come back to talk about Gladys later?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My one thing that I will say about Gladys now that didn't put her higher is because she becomes crazy stalker.
Yes, we will talk about that.
Okay, all right.
We'll talk about that.
But that's why she's not up there.
Kelvin said something to that. And
I'm afraid of
her.
Nah, you
Kelvin said something, and it was in last week's podcast. I don't remember exactly what it was.
you don't show fear.
But he was like, "It's a stalker I don't mind being stalked by," something like that. Yeah.
I don't mind.
See, I've had that happen before. That's how I lost my virginity. You don't want that to happen.
It's fine. I lose my virginity again. Let's go.
Yeah. So Gladys making it into the top 3 as number 1, 2, and 3. Isis being the lone number 1. Oh my God. Lucero also making it into the top 3 as number 2 for everyone.
Yeah.
As number 2 for everyone. Shamizel making it to the top 3, being CJ's number 1. Poor Amarella and that's it. I think 4. All the other 4.
Because Roxanne was.
And poor Roxanne. Yeah.
She was my number 3.
I like
It's but like the 3 girls I like, they're all interchangeable. So.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
And then right after Roxanne is Isis.
Yeah. All right. So.
Fuck the other 2 girls.
Why, you don't want your dick sucked out, your soul sucked out your dick?
No, I want that, but I don't like her betrayal.
You say you want it in your butt?
It's like that giver, that Hispanic dude getting his dick sucked. He's like, oh my gosh, she sucked the soul out of my dick, bro. That's what Amarella would do.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that. I'm just like, I don't like her story. Like, I get it, it's sad, but no, I don't like it.
Okay. And Roxanne just.
Roxanne, I like the doting characters.
Okay.
I like the.
You just don't like her more than the other ones.
Who?
No, Gladys.
Gladys, I like
Wait,
her.
Roxanne was your number 3?
Yeah, Roxanne was number 3.
Oh, so she did make it. Yeah.
Yeah, Roxanne was my number 3. Gladys my number because I like her attitude. I don't mind the girl who's like assertive. I like that attitude more than Shamizel and how she's like the lolly if it counts for anything. I don't
She's
like
the playful one.
Yeah, but it's like after a while you're like, bitch, calm down. Just calm down. And she's like, no, I want to play. Like, shut up. Like I don't. The other girls that I like, they're more mature. Shamizel, she's childish, and that kind of takes away from her. And then the librarian chick, cause like if it wasn't for what she did, then I'd be like, all right, I get it. But no, she messed up for herself.
I just like Isis because I think her arc gets like, I think Isis has the best arc by herself.
I just like it
she's
for her
textbook
name.
Sundari, so of course.
It just sucks that she gets like no play in the harem route. She gets like no play. she gets like no play in the harem route. And Gladys also is just I like my chocolate. I like my delicious brown. Like,
tan boobies.
and not only that, it was just like even in the OVA where I first saw her, I was just like, I like this character a lot.
I thought she would be like tan skin, not like all like tan through and through. Like I thought like you'll see like her boob be lighter because of the armor.
Yeah, but no, she's just tan.
I'm like, I like this.
And then you put Shamizel on your thing high because she's a redhead.
Because no, stop.
Ooh, I wonder
because
what
she's
else
actually no, because she's actually like really.
My mom is a redhead.
No, stop.
Y'all been watching too much Hentaicast. Y'all think it's crazy.
I'm playing.
Okay. That went somewhere?
Yeah, now you fucked up.
I remember the first time I told you, I was like, I love redheads, yeah, and you like, my mom is a redhead. And I was like, oh God, no.
And then, mind you, Anime NYC, in the first pillow, he was like, I'm not going to spend $80 on a pillow. I'm not going to spend, sees a redhead pillow.
Okay, no. So I was like, all right. Yancey, like, I really want to buy a nude body pillow. But I went to the first booth, and the first booth showed me, like, a whole bunch whole catalog of hundreds of body pillows. And I was like, all right, I want, like, either, like, a MILF or a redhead or, like, something like that, tan something, because those are my things.
But you saw some of them,
and I saw them. But they were like, oh, yeah, they're $80. But I was like, I'm not trying to spend $80. Came another booth. Like, literally, as I told Yancey that.
It was the manga gamer booth.
The manga gamer booth.
Yeah.
Literally, I told Yancey that, and I turned around and said, do you guys have any body pillows? He's like, yeah, we have this one. I was like, I want it. It was a redhead girl.
Big boobs. And then the girl goes, yes, the last one's $80. I want it. And I'm like, CJ. And then he's like, I'm going to pick up this video game too. CJ.
But the video game was... that I got was
you got the worst part of the bargain, but
yeah.
I was picking up Konyu no matter what. So.
Yeah, no, it didn't matter because I didn't know you were gonna get it, and that's the one I was gonna buy. And then you told me it was like, oh yeah, okay, fine, I'll get a different
but now
one.
You want
and
physical copy, so.
Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna get a physical copy.
So,
myself.
anyways, let's just say no Shadow Cell though. Shadow number one.
I love that she's playful, and to me, throughout like all of the story, well, not the side ones. The side ones she's missing or away or whatever.
Yeah.
But she's very playful, and she's like the character that helps you out the most. She's like your childhood friend in a way, and that's how I like to look at it.
Friend.
Technically, yeah. We're getting really into it.
The innocent one.
Like while you're out with all these other girls.
No?
While you're out with like all these other girls, you've come. Not me. I'm not raising my hand.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't want to be involved in this.
Put my head down.
If I haven't given the warning, by the way, this is going to be a very, very...
This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
She's like the childhood friend. She's the one you're with behind the scenes. You're out having like a main story with all these other girls.
Yeah.
Yet she's the one you're always coming back to. She like I didn't finish the harem ending yet. I'm about to get there. But it's like she keeps saying, I'm your real queen. You're my true queen. And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, baby, don't worry about it. I got you. But yeah, I love a girl that's playful, and like a lot of the time she was very dominant, and she's very open about sexuality and stuff. Like,
why
I'm
did Roxanne
cool
fall off your list? Because like you were swearing by Roxanne. Same thing like Kelvin, you were swearing by Roxanne.
I wasn't swearing by Roxanne. Roxanne just happened to be the only other character. Because at that time when you asked me,
just Samus and Roxanne.
Yeah, it was and Isis.
Oh, yeah.
It was just those three. And Isis.
Stop laughing at Isis! God damn it!
Isis is at the bottom of my list. I just, it's not that I hate her. I just
don't like her.
Really don't care for her because in her roots, both in her route and in the main route, in her route it gets like, oh yeah, I fucking hate you. Like she's always putting you down, and it's not until like she starts figuring it out that you're not actually shit that she starts treating you better. And I do like that it's a good Sarande route. And I'm like, okay, yeah,
Sarande.
Like whatever. I don't fucking know how to say it. I'm not into I just got into the animes. All right.
Lingo.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh no, technically she's not Cinderella. I was gonna say, is it Mia?
It's Tsundere.
Yeah, Cinderella.
Okay, that's what I meant to say.
Right. All right, that's understandable. All right, so
and I did like her route. Don't get me wrong, but it was, and it just happens again in the main route. It's like, oh, you're actually a good, and she starts respecting you, and I'm like, now that I'm cool.
She pushed back Moltaire for 1 second, and Moltaire would whoop her ass in a fight. So that was like,
But Glass will be both of them.
That's true. That's true. But then she'll beat your ass too.
She is a true queen.
She's a true queen.
She's also blonde.
Gladys?
Yeah. No, not
Isis,
Gladys.
yeah.
Isis.
Oh, you don't like blondes?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Alright.
Depends on the blonde.
Alright, so I guess we'll get into the first arc of the story. Bone in like the beginning. Bowen, whatever it is.
Bowen?
Yeah, Bone in like the beginning part of it. Bone is where we first meet Moltaire and Isis back in the academy. Fuck Moltaire.
Fuck that.
Moltaire.
I would drop that.
I love that he gets his ass beat. I saved those parts.
We'll get there. So Mortaire is introduced as like a sort of like he's what you want it to be. He has like bitches around him. He's got Isis as a smoking hot like engagement, like his fiance. He's like the #1 royal knight and blah blah blah. But him and Isis are constantly shit talking you. Mortaire is actively shit talking you. Isis is just like if you try to talk to her, she'll shit talk you.
I don't know. The only reason why I don't look at him so seriously is that his dad has power. He has influence. So I'm just thinking that he's the way how he is. Outside of later on we get to it, but also his father's influence.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as something he earned himself. More like just okay, you got a little extra on the side.
But plus he's a good fucking fighter.
Yeah.
Well, afterwards, yeah, but primarily when you meet him, then you find that out. You're like.
So yeah. You're supposed to pick up your award certificate, but you can't because these two fucking guards are just nah, you can't enter. Who the fuck think you are? And that enters the whole Bone arc where you finally go to Bone. You meet this prefect who's also one of the lowest fucking people to graduate from the Knights Academy. His little fucking douchey fucking evil sidekick. Yeah, and eventually you meet the first girl, Roxanne. Beautiful fucking big ass tits MILF.
Give me a milk.
I love Roxanne. I love Roxanne.
She's just like the Ada, dotably mother type character.
I like that.
And she is craving dick. She's looking at you. She's looking in between your pants, and she's like,
she's the definition of a desperate housewife.
Yeah. So
she's just looking for love, bro.
And so there's that, and essentially what happens is your first task as a knight is, hey, there's a demon running around. If you can go kill her, that'd be nice.
Exorcise the demon.
But they expect you to die.
Yeah.
They expect you to die.
They want to get rid of her.
Qin Shamisel. She comes in. She's like, I'm gonna milk your dick for my life energy. So I'm here to die.
He's like, I don't want to die. She's like, I'm gonna suck your dick. No. And then she gets to it.
Yeah.
Stop rape! Stop making me hard.
By the way, Shamisel powers are OP. She turns the sword into a carrot.
Yeah. Soundproof
Right.
walls.
Yeah.
Can make anybody stop moving.
Yeah,
She paralyzes you that first time.
She's strong enough to carry you and Isis and her ending all the way to Bone.
Yeah.
Stop laughing!
Yo, don't be screaming at me.
The power to fly Isis anyway.
I will get over this
This
desk.
is why.
I will get over this
Leave her alone. Leave Isis alone. What did Isis do wrong to you? Oh no. What have I done? Anyways, so this is your first encounter with Shamisel. She sucks your dick at least 3 times, if I remember correctly.
Titty fucking.
Titty fucks you 3 times, sucks your dick once. Yeah. And then after you're not dead.
Which apparently her titty fucks feel better than vagina.
Yeah.
Not her vagina, but other people's vagina.
And then she goes, "Wow, you're not dead yet. Well, time to kill you." Pulls the little rip tear between her legs and pussy fucks you. And she's just riding you doggy girl style, and your character's like, "Oh."
You're just laying there dying.
Yeah, you're just
literally.
dying. But apparently you make her come, and you manage to survive the night. And she wakes up the next morning and she kisses you in the morning. And she's like, "Morning, darling," and you're like, "What the fuck?"
She
Huh?
still got come in her mouth.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh God. And she's like,
Gotta
"Nah."
respect a woman.
She's like, "Nah, you were able to handle me, so
I'm your
yeah, I'm
sex
gonna hang
slave.
out with you. You're pretty cool." And you're like, "All right, will you not attack anyone anymore? As long as I can get your dick." He's like, "Yeah." No trade-off. Let me just preface this. Lou is a funny ass motherfucker.
He really is.
And I can't remember every single thing. There's only one part that I will always remember for my entire time. We'll get to there, but he is funny. He quips and he makes jokes any single fucking second he gets. Actually, there's one I remember. It's in the ISIS route. We'll get there. Where she's basically she's already nice to you, and you're walking and you keep staring at her tits, and she's like, "I see you staring at my tits," and he goes, and he's like, "Yeah, I know you have a really good pair," and she goes, "Ever since the Night Academy, everybody just stares at my tits, but I was always thinking about maybe wish I had smaller boobs." And he's like, "Nah, I wish you had the same size." She's like, "Oh, that's because you like big boobs." And he goes, "That's because you make me like big boobs." And I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Ooh," but yeah. So,
There was a lot of times where I was like, I don't know if this nigga's trying to be funny or if he's just dumb, but I love it. This
And
man,
that's
he's
the
my
whole,
spirit animal.
That's the whole Gladys arc. That's the whole Gladys arc. So essentially, what happens is Shamisel's like, "I'll help you do whatever you got to do." And
No. It's to help him achieve his destiny.
Yeah, achieve his destiny, whatsoever. And basically, she actually is the one that tells you a lot of shit. Like, the prefect is trying to get the fuck out of one, and he's like trying to head like a rebel army, try to do it. But then he finds out there's another way by making. He's actually married to Roxanne, and so the way he's trying to get out without doing the whole rebel thing is, if I can get Loot to fucking come in my wife.
And I have to see
and
her.
I have to see it. I can get a divorce, get him executed, and I can go back to the capital.
I understood it, but I didn't understand it because I'm like, you know what's happening. Why do you physically need to see it?
Yeah. He's like literally watching his wife get fucked in the bushes.
He's like, I found you! And I'm just thinking to myself, alright, nigga, what are you gonna do then if you know what's happening already?
He's like, I want a divorce.
I got it all on video.
What? It's the 1600s.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you recording it? How?
And all of this is very similar to the OVA right now. We'll get to the differences in the OVA when it gets there. So essentially, after a lot of fucking cat and mouse chasing with the prefect and his little minion trying to get you on camera, fucking Roxanne. Essentially, you milk Roxanne, then you milk her again while getting a tit fuck. Then you fuck Roxanne, and then you get like horse ride back, like your dick like stroked.
While riding a horse.
Do you want to know how many times?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I have the game.
And she is a milk tank. Except she doesn't milk drinks.
So you milk her about 1, 2, 3.
This man, did you time it?
5.
Oh.
No, he has the CGs open.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
To a point where you put some milk in
13,
your coffee.
14, 15, 16. You milk her 16 times in that one arc, and that's not including the multiple times you do it in one single scene.
Yeah.
So, it does match so good.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Roxanne. These guys are, so they can talk about the merits of all that. But yeah.
I like her. She is.
I like Roxanne.
Yeah,
I just like her character. She has a doting older sister, mother.
Yeah.
Stuff, but
So essentially, what happens is, one day the prefect goes, "Aha! I caught you," and you're like, "Oh, well, this is a pickle."
Heart attack!
And then Shamisel goes, "Freeze!"
No, she didn't do anything.
No, she didn't do anything.
No, he just collapsed.
Oh, he just collapsed.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just collapses of a heart attack.
Oh, I was just joking about the heart
Whatever,
attack.
he caught something.
collapses.
He was in a coma. He was out. He
Yeah.
was gone. And essentially, the minion goes, "Oh shit! I guess you're the new prefect, Lou.
Yeah.
Enjoy the position." And Lou and Roxanne are like, "Yeah, now we can fucking peace."
They fuck on his bed.
Yeah, they fuck on his bed, right next to him.
Yeah, word.
that's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh, but before that, Shamisel gets a little jealous. She's like, "Oh, I see you tit fuck a human."
You so.
Yeah, and then you get to say either nah, yours was better, or nah, Roxanne's tit fuck was good.
Roxanne was good.
Yeah. Some of these choices actually like are important to the endings. This one isn't.
This one is.
This one is?
I believe it is. Yeah.
I thought it was just pick and come inside of it.
I was looking at something online, and that was one of them.
Oh, okay.
The flow chart.
Wait, the game is exactly the same thing as the.
OVA? To a point.
Mm-hmm.
There are some points where it changes.
It's like 1.5 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially what happens is you find out the prince is like trying to lead a fucking revolt against his father so he can get to the throne faster.
Prince
Fat-
fuck.
Prince Fat Fuck,
Fucking Bobo motherfucker.
yeah, with his random assassin who's covered and who like is a really bad assassin because like he just gets held up by 2 regular guards.
Oh, he got frozen.
Yeah.
True.
So essentially what happens is Luke like dresses up like the prefect, gets Bobo's seal on a document, and then goes, "Aha! I caught you guys in the act. You guys are trying to lead a rebel army." And they go, "No, we're not." And he goes, "I have this paper." And then Luke goes, "Guards!" And the guards just escort them out to jail. Like no fight whatsoever. Just like, yeah, worked out perfectly. Q and Shamisel's, yeah. And then
I love. There's like a little, like moment there that I had to save. It was just like, I couldn't have done it without you. He's like, you want to do it? Because like it even says, I forgot. It was like, oh yeah, I grabbed her and I backed her up into the table.
Oh yeah.
Want to do it? And she says maybe later. And I'm like, no, this is perfect. Do it, please.
Yeah. So that happens, and of course Roxanne's like, ooh, my husband's been taken away. Yay! Now I can remarry. Let's fuck again. And you fuck like 4 times, 5 times straight in a row, to the point where you wake up and you're just like, yeah, let's fuck again.
I was surprised by that.
Yeah. So this is like where one of the major ending parts happen. Roxanne's ending. Essentially, you go back to the capital and you get to choose an ending. Right now, we'll focus on the third option, which is you go back to Bone, and eventually you get Roxanne pregnant. Fuck why you.
She was pregnant like right when you left.
Yeah.
Because of the 4 times you come in here.
Yeah.
Only 4 times.
It's gonna happen.
5 times technically.
Yeah, and so Roxanne's ending is just you become the prefect of Bone and you make sure that the village is prosperous and shit. Pretty nice ending. Any comments on the Bone arc?
Not really. I mean, for like the beginning of the game, it was fine. It gives you a beginning, middle, and end.
Really try to make you fall in love with Roxanne.
But how could you not? Well, at least in my case, I was like, I want you inside me.
What?
Wait, isn't that the other way around? Wait, what?
It's 2018. Let's switch things up.
Oh God. I really liked the Bowen arc. I thought it was really good. It was like, okay, this is where the game is gonna go. This is like, it got me to that point where it's like, okay, I really fucking like this game, just based on the fucking story.
Yeah.
Like the story itself was like very captivating.
Yeah.
And you know, Roxanne was a great character to fall in love with. I mean, granted, there's not much to her, especially compared to any of the other characters, but you know, it was still
Just randomly
a
comes
good
back in the
character.
Hammond.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her yet in the
I know,
harem
it's
ending,
just
but
so
I want to. I can't wait to get to that point just to see how.
So weird.
I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out myself,
We'll get
like
there,
how,
we'll
where.
get there. So that's basically the Roxanne arc. Real quickly, we'll go on to the Royal Guard arc. The Royal Guard arc. So essentially, when you get back to the King's capital, you get 2 choices: one to be a commander and one to be part of the Royal Guard. The canon ending is going to the commander route, so we'll go into the Royal Guard route, which ends up with Isis and Shamisel's ending.
Yeah.
Both of these are really
Informative.
they're really important, but while not being important,
They're important for the lore.
yeah, because the lore you get about loot is very interesting, and it explains a lot about how the game goes on.
That's about the importance. Like, that's how important it goes up to. It's just more fleshing out the characters.
Yeah. We can talk about Shamisel's arc. No, we'll talk about Luke's arc. Isis' arc first.
Yeah.
Because hers is like kind of the least important one between Shamisel.
Because it ends so quick.
Yeah.
And there's no. You just see a slightly different side of her for that one. That's all that really is.
So Isis' arc is basically either option you choose when you get to the Royal Guard, you have to go into like this forest of like 1,000 deaths.
Demon forest.
Yeah, this demon forest of like you'll die no matter what you do and go inside there, and there's demons inside.
Yum, demons.
And essentially, you, Isis, and like 3 other guards go in trying to like search the forest and its secrets. And like on day 1, night 1, 2 of the guards die and like the other one runs away.
Yeah.
And it's just you and Isis left alone in the forest. And she's like, you fucking incompetent piece of shit. You let the 2 guards die and you let the other one run away with our food. How the fuck are we gonna survive? And the main character is just like, simple. Catches a fish, fucking carves a fucking bowl out of like some rocks.
No, it was
Because
It was rocks.
out of wood. Well, he used the bowls out of the rocks and then the spoons out of the wood.
Yeah, he carved like, and then he just like set a fire. He had some fucking ham for some reason on him, like some petrified ham. Dumped that in with some fish, made some sick ass soup. She was like, "Wow, this is good."
Some good clam chowder.
He's like, "Yeah, this is good, right?" Yeah.
And she's like, it's alright for you.
It's all right.
Because it actually, it turned out that he was actually really good. He just wasn't really good at swordplay, But in terms of the survival stuff and all the other things that from the Night Academy,
He's good at
he actually-
everything else
except for fighting. Yeah.
And like that comes back a lot in all the endings where it's just his fighting prowess just
Yeah.
But essentially what happens is that it's you and Isis always bickering against each other.
Well, her bickering you and then you just being like,
Yeah, you're just like, you're cute.
I'm okay with that.
That part kind of bothered me because, like, I'm trying to help you, you just talking shit. But then, initially, that kind of turned me off away from him because just, like, how, it's like, it felt extra.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary, like, sunderiness that she was putting out.
So the second day when you guys wake up, Newt starts talking about how he had a sexabug.
Sexapede.
A sexapede on his body, and he had to carefully remove it from his body, squished it, and was like, oh boy, thank God I didn't get bitten by this sexapede.
And if this thing, because he remembers from when he was a kid, his mom telling him, if a sexapede bites a human, you go into an overwhelming lust, and you go insane, and you need to fuck things, and then you die.
And then you die. And he's like, never clang metal when there's a sexapede around, because they will come and try to bite you.
It's attracted to the sound of metal.
To the point where Isis wakes up and Luke naked, and she's like, "Why are you naked?" And he goes, "There was a sexapede on my body. Don't worry, I got rid of it. Though you should check your body just in case there's a sexapede on your body." She goes, "What the fuck is a sexapede? You're just making shit up so you can see my body." And he goes, "Well, that would be fun. No, I'm really serious here." And she starts like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kill you. She starts swinging her sword around and hitting the trees, and he goes, "Stop making noise." It's kind of like that episode of SpongeBob when it's talking about the fucking sea bears, right? Where it's
doing everything.
Yeah, doing everything you can to everything you can to summon a sexapede. To the point where Isis keeps clanging the sword, and she gets bitten. She goes, ah, and she gets bitten by a sexapede, and it just so happens to be between her breasts. So Lute has to fucking remove her breastplating, popping out her tits. Only one with inverted nipples. I find that very sexy.
It's new. I like it.
And she got bitten between her tits.
The sexapede was real?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in a demon forest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unreal shit in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lute's able to remove the sexapede, kill it, and then he has to take away her lust. The only way to cure a sexapede is to exchange the juices of a man and woman.
Why did they have to say it like that? Why don't they just say, you guys what the fuck?
He had to come on her breast.
He had to come on.
No, it wasn't to exchange juice. It was that he had to come on her breast and he had to milk her completely because she's not supposed to be lactating.
Yeah.
But because of the sexapede, she was lactating.
It's the jellyfish logic.
That nigga's crazy.
Yeah.
Not crazy enough.
So after that first sex scene, Isis is like, "Fuck
Wearing
you."
shorts in the middle.
Wait. Let's not gloss over this little fact, though.
What?
It was very date rapey.
Oh, it was. Super
It was
date
very
rapey.
date rapey because it's like she's craving him because of the sexapede, but at the same time she's like, "Don't fucking touch me." It's like I gotta help you,
It's
but
either you
I'm
die-
enjoying this. You're right, I am enjoying this, but I'm trying to help you.
By the way, she was kind of in a fucking like suicidal state because of the whole
She really
chair
was.
thing.
Yeah.
So
But you was there to help her. It's either she take the dick or she dies.
Yeah.
well, she didn't take the dick there.
After this, I'm gonna kill you.
She still
All
take
right,
the dick
fine.
when we have nothing. She's alive or dead.
So after this whole thing, she gets up and she's like, "You fucking asshole! You fucking touched me without permission." He's like, "No, you would have died if you fucking." She's like, "Nah, whatever." And a demon comes out.
Oh,
Sounds about
PlayStation
right.
demon.
The PlayStation demons come out, talking X circles and squares and triangles. And this big ass fucking purple ass demon comes out with
The
like,
goat face.
Yeah, with a goat face, talking backwards Japanese.
Yeah.
And
Wait, was it really?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's backwards Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's weird.
And
I didn't know.
I caught on to it's weird.
yeah, and he starts fucking slamming a club down on you and Isis, but you guys manage to like barely escape. But not before finding out that these motherfuckers can like jump so high they basically fly. So they're kind of like Hulk, like that.
There's more like 10 of them, but okay.
Yeah. Q in the third day, you guys bump into like this fucking shrine with this giant hand with like this mysterious tree, and you guys are still arguing somewhat. You guys are still arguing somewhat, even after like you guys like bumped into like two more demons. and it's to the point where
It's a 5.
to 5 demons.
There's a 5 of them chasing you.
Yeah, it runs to like 5 more of them. So you guys are like, you know what? We should just like spend here the night, but let's inspect this place. But Luke's like, Isis, maybe we should get away from the tree with the hand on it. No, it should be fine. Yeah, tentacle rape scene. With a tree just tentacle raping the shell of Isis.
With its sap that came into her, which has the same exact effects as a sexapede, apparently.
Yeah.
Plus a fever.
But the important thing here is that when Luke goes, tree, stop! The fucking tree stopped.
Yeah. He cockblocked the tree.
And also the demons, whenever he said stop, they would bow down to him.
He cockblocked the demons. They wanted to nut.
They didn't want to. The demons did not want to nut.
Demons wanted to eat her.
They wanted to eat her. They was like, look at them juicing. That's a lot of.
They had that bitch on a rotisserie. I don't mean the sexual kind.
So after saving Isis from the demon forest, actually we forgot to mention that. You guys saved Isis from like the demon forest and shit. They were about to eat her, and you go nah, and they're like, yeah. Well, they tell you this riddle. The king opened up the way to the forest, and a devil walked in. Luke, it's alluded that Luke's like the king of the demons at this point, but you really don't know that. Isis starts getting sick. She falls down. She's like barely breathing. You run back to the demon forest. They give you the cure. They say what the cure is. You have to break open one of the seeds of the tree, and then
give it a robotism from your dick.
Yeah, no.
The tree is about to rape you, but you say, no, tree, no.
No, tree. Tree, no raping. Tree, no raping.
And the tree stops.
And so basically, the next morning, Isis is like, well, that same night, Luke and the demons, after they're done talking, Luke hears Isis call Mortaire in her sleep twice. And Luke's like, damn it, I'm helping her all this time. I wish he would say my name. And right before he goes to sleep, she goes, Luke. And there was a point where I went, oh, my heart. Right?
She said it.
And you wake up in the morning and like Isis is already awake. She's like already like practicing with her sword. She's like already healthy and shit. And like her stomach growls and she goes, and she has like the blushing face. You cook another thing of breakfast. She's like, you know what, this is really good. You're not as ass as the people tell you to be. Basically, you two start like talking. She starts laughing to your jokes. She starts making dirty jokes with you. It's really funny.
Sounds about right.
Cause she real.
Yeah, and essentially she's just like, fuck Mortaire. I don't need Mortaire anymore. And it's to a point where like she's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. You should go and cook food. And he's like, why would she tell me that?
He's like, you gonna get this dick?
And he basically like goes in and she's like, he goes to spy on her and she's like, I know you're there. And he goes, what? He's like, she's not looking away. She's not even covering up her body. What's going on here? And she goes, why don't you hand me my clothes? And he goes, no.
My hands are your clothes.
My hands on your my hand is your bra. Ha!
No, stop, but keep going.
Yeah, and so basically you got to fuck.
I'm gonna murder you afterwards. Yeah, you keep saying
No, she stopped saying that.
No, she says it through almost the entire time.
Yeah.
She says it for that
She was
scene.
like, I'm gonna murder you by exhausting you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like being very playful at that point.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, and so essentially what happens is you get to make the choice for after this. Yeah, I believe you get to make a choice after this.
No, this is. Oh yeah. The other part is with her. You get to make a choice whether to return or go find the cathedral because she pretty much figures out that there's an actual cathedral or not whatever temple.
Yeah. Actually, you guys did bump into it. You do bump into the cathedral. You just stop. You didn't explore it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a funny point. It's still a funny point because Luke goes, I wish this cathedral has like statues.
The cathedral is if you do choose her route.
No, either way you go to the cathedral. Either way, Shamzel, you go there. That's where you find
with Shamzel, yes, but that's if you choose the other ending. Yeah. If the other route.
Either way, he makes a funny joke where he's like, I wish there's tit statues at the cathedral. And then when you get there, Isis is like, oh my god, there's tit statues at the cathedral. And so that's all fucking funny. But essentially, you guys decide to stop exploring, go back if you get her route, and you guys get like awarded royalty with like a fucking bedroom in the fucking kingdom. But the fucking chancellor, or whatever, finds out.
Prime Minister.
Yeah, Prime Minister's like, demons followed him? Yeah, Isis, unbeknownst to answer some questions, I don't think she noticed. She should have told him. Yeah. He's like, did he sit on the throne? No, he didn't. Okay, so we're gonna kill him, and he's probably the owner of the hand. this super demonic power that is able to like control the world.
The hollowed hand, if
The hallowed
anybody
hand.
knows about that lore.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. And so essentially, Motair goes to try to kill you, but Isis is able to like hold them all for a couple. Shemsel comes in, saves your asses, puts you at the edge of one, and you and Isis start life together as like two renegades.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cute because she tries to cook and she sucks at cooking, and you become married, and that's really cute. Isis proposed to you, so that's pretty cute.
She is the man.
No, she's not. Trust me.
But you don't want
There's
progressive?
another character that's like a man.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
So if you guys want to talk about CJ, you can talk about the Shemsel route if you want.
Okay, so basically, if you choose to go back before fully finding the cathedral or the place where you're supposed to go, you report back, and the prime minister is pretty much like, "Oh, you lived? All right, fuck you. You're gonna go back, but by yourself this time with like a few other people." Little do you know that those other guards that went with you are actually assassins, and they try to murder you by throwing you into a river. So after you do get thrown into the river, you pass out.
Somehow survive because the demons pick you up, I believe.
No, Shemsel.
Shemsel?
She comes, she saves you, and I thought it was so fucking cute because when she saves you, you just wake up to a little CG scene, and she's spoon feeding you in a fucking apron. I'm like, we're in the middle of the woods. I don't know how. I'm trying to find it now. I'm like, she's just spoon feeding you with an apron, and I find that in her whole route, you see that she can actually be really motherly and caring.
Yeah.
Which flushes her out a little bit more, which is why I like her.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much she's like, okay, no, yeah, we have to get to the bottom of this. I really didn't want you to come back here and find out your origin and stuff. But we gotta go back to that demon village.
Because there's someone here trying to take over the fucking
Yeah.
power of the huddled hand.
Yeah, there's
only
a
you
thing.
are allowed to take control of that power.
Yeah, there's a thing here, and some humans can become devils, and any human that comes through here is considered a devil to a demon, and then that's when they figure out the whole like, the king opened the forest and a devil walked in, and I was like, oh my god, it makes sense somehow.
Yeah.
You go to the demon village. You find out that they're like the nicest people like in the fucking world.
Because the point that they
Better
tried to kill
than
ISIS
humans.
that one time.
They were hungry. She was a wild to them. She was a wild animal.
True.
In my opinion, she also is too. But whatever.
And so basically, the guys in the demon village are very scared because they feel that the humans nearby.
Yeah.
And
Because humans were actually sealed away until Luke walked in. Well, wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
yeah,
That
people,
was always my thing. How did
so people
the
couldn't
king
enter
open
deeper. People couldn't enter deeper into the forest
Oh.
before Luke came in.
What would be
That's
a good
what it
comparison
is.
to
Yeah.
you know how in some games like they just loop you around, like you try to get further into like a forest.
It's like the Lost Woods.
Yeah.
It loops you over and over.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
Point we should have
Okay, I
made.
found it.
Point, yeah, point we should. Yeah, that's funny.
I love this. This is so fucking cute.
Yeah. Point we should have made beforehand. Isis had dropped one of her like super secret bracelets in her route, and you pick it up in her route at the tree, and you find that Bobon's body's there, like dead.
Yeah.
This leads into Shamasel's route because when you guys get to the cathedral, guess who's there, sitting on the fucking throne already?
Wait, can I just say something that I found really funny
What?
about when they passed by the tree with Shimzel and her route?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, what is this thing for anyway? Like, you're a demon, you should know. She's like, oh no, that's just a trap. Humans like seeing things in random places and they just walk into it. So the tree just takes them. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
It worked on Isis.
It worked on her and it worked on Boban and her ending.
Yeah. So basically, you get to Bobon, this motherfucking piece of shit with his fucking lollipop. Haha, I'm gonna rule the world. You guys can't stop me.
I'm here to rule the world, sir. Looks on his lollipop, becomes fucking
This pig fucking
Satan.
demon. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh shit.
There's this whole final battle. He strikes down Shimzel. You think she's dead. You remember from your past that your dad somehow did this, and you actually activate your powers and zap him out of existence.
Obliterate the shit out of him.
I thought it was so weird because it was like, yeah, in less than a second, lightning went through my hand, and it was like he didn't exist anymore, and I was like, what?
Yeah, Loot's OP as fuck. And essentially, you sit on the throne, and you restore balance to the force of nature.
What
You,
is the avatar?
you get locked away. You didn't get locked away.
No,
you
you lock
lock
the forest
off
away.
the forest, and you're just the demon king with your wife Shimzel.
Yeah, and hopefully
You make
one
such
day,
a cute joke.
Hopefully one day you guys and humans will live together. Some shit like that.
But until then,
He says something that I know I would say, and it's like at their wedding. She's like, "Oh my gosh, look, these flowers are so beautiful." And he's
not
like,
as beautiful as you.
No. He didn't say that.
No?
And he was like, "Oh yeah, those are pretty flowers." Luke, you're supposed to say I'm more beautiful than the flowers. He's like, "Why would I say something so obvious?" And I was like, "I love this man." That's something I say.
Yeah. So that's the Royal Commander arc. Really too cute one.
Royal Guard.
Really too cute one. We'll go into the Commander arc now. Essentially, this is the canon ending. This is where episode 2 of the OVA comes in. So if anybody didn't watch episode 2, this is where you're gonna get caught up a lot. And this is where a lot of the differences stop popping up. So going into the Commander arc, in the OVA, ISIS is already friendly to you because you're a commander. If I remember correctly.
Not yet. I know this because I've been playing it the
No, I was
past
talking
3
about
days.
the OVA.
Oh, the OVA?
If I remember
Oh,
correctly-
never mind.
if I remember correctly,
Sorry.
she's already
in OVA, she's friendlier to you.
Yeah, she's starting to be friendly to you already. But she wasn't fully blown, like already, like super nice to you. Cue back to Moltaire, being like, "How the fuck are you a commander? Get the fuck out of here! You cannot be a commander." Blah 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 blah. So Isis being like, "Moltaire, I understand, but calm the fuck down. He outranks you. Like, shut up." So basically, you get sent away to become one of the 4 commanders of this village next to where the rebellion's happening, essentially. Where the leader, Gladys, the son of whatever, Wickenham, I believe the guy's name was, is like leading the rebel army against the king's army. The whole time your character's like, "Oh, the son of Wickenham. Probably might lose." So one person goes, "Actually, the son of Wickenham's a girl." And he goes, "Wait, what?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's a girl. She's just so good at fighting that we just call her the son of Wickenham because she basically tries to act like a guy." He goes, "Interesting." Essentially, Gladys is a really funny character. The first time you meet her, it's she's scouting you out because she hears that another general is coming. So she sneaks into the city and acts like a damsel in distress. And even before you guys get situated there, all the commanders are like, "Oh, it's this piece of shit again. Like, what the fuck is he doing here?" And you're just like, "Hey guys, we're gonna be working together. Might as well, let's all play nice and shit." But the commanders aren't hearing shit from you. Shamsel's like, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna make this our abode. This is where we're gonna sleep in from now on. Let's get you to become the king next." Character's like, "There's no way I'm from the cook. Nah, can't become the king. Nah.
No.
I already gotten here as commander by luck." She goes, "It's not luck, it's your destiny." He goes, No. So essentially, you guys like fuck every night, and you get more sex scenes with Shamsel. Like I said with the Gladys thing, essentially she hears that there's a new commander there, and essentially you get chased into a back alley with 2 of her like royal assassin guards, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill the girl," and blah blah blah. And Luke goes, "Hey, stop!" Pulls out his sword. Forgot that fucking Shamsel turned into a carrot the other night when they were having sex by an accident. So he goes, "Oh fuck, I have 4 carrots."
The carrots.
Wait, this is the
commander arc, yeah.
The arc of the game or the arc of the...
When they're about to, before they meet Gladys, all this happens.
Oh, okay, I thought we were talking about
None of
the
this happens in the
hentai.
OVA. None of this happens in the OVA.
Okay,
All this backstory with the OVA.
There was this whole thing that he bought them.
Oh yeah, he bought them. Yeah. He forgot to bring his sword. Instead, he bought carrots.
Yeah.
He didn't have nowhere to put them, so he put them in his sword hilt.
You should.
And so when he goes to take out his sword against
the market lady is fucking trying to sex him up and shit.
Yeah. No, she's trying to hook him up with his daughter.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. And so he goes, freeze, assassins, leave the girl alone, pulls out a carrot.
Assassin A, B, and C appropriately also labeled on their armor.
Yeah. And so he's like, this nigga has a carrot, let's kill him. They go to kill him, and he drops the carrot. One of them slips and falls on it. And then the other carrots fall out, and like the other guys get scared. And then as they go to deck him, fucking the other ones roll on the carrot, hitting the other one with his sword, knocking him out. And he goes, wow, that was a cool turn of events. Takes Gladys, runs to the cathedral, not before the other commanders show up, and Gladys has to dip.
And the whole time you're just like, how did that happen? How are these assassins that clumsy enough that they jump on a carrot, hurt each other, and you get away? No.
This is the next day, right?
Huh?
No, this is all the same day. Like,
This is all the same day he got there?
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause
No, that was
okay.
the next day.
No,
You already
the
slept. I told you had fuck chambers up the night and woke up the next morning.
No, but also the very first day he was also there. That's when the assassins came into his
Was it
room.
the first day? I thought that was the day after that.
I know it was one of the first days.
I thought it was the day after that.
No,
Because that was
but-
Assassin D, E, and F.
No, they came into his bedroom twice.
Wait, the first one
Two
when he was
nights in a
sleep-
row.
When he was sleeping, he beat them up in
Yeah,
his sleep?
he beat them up in his sleep 2 nights in a row.
Wasn't that the second one?
I thought that was the second one.
A, B, and C got fucked up while he was still sleeping, and then D, E, and F got fucked up while he was sleeping.
So yeah, apparently Lou is a fucking master karate motherfucker and is in the fucking bed. If you try to
In
come
his
near him and
sleep.
you're not a girl, he will fucking kick your ass. To the point where fucking
I'm gonna kill him. Oh!
they all fall out the window. Shamisel's like, well, I'm like, time to eat.
Word.
So before the commanders come in, they're like, you were with the son of Wickenham. And he goes, wait, was I? And they're like, yeah. He's like, oh, wow, she's really pretty. Hope I can meet her again one day.
She seems like a nice
She
person.
seems like a nice person. They're like, are you an idiot?
That's what this whole thing was based. Well, one of the things that this whole thing was based on is just like, oh yeah, she's a nice person deep down. I know she is.
Yeah,
She doesn't really want to be raising a rebellion.
Yeah, exactly. And so essentially she leaves you like a riddle where it's like something at noon past the holy whatever.
Don't forget to pray at 9
Yeah, don't forget to pray at 9. And essentially, it was like a riddle where she met Lute again.
at the
Yeah.
church
Oh, okay.
at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Cause that's the part when ShamWow gets upgraded.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. So essentially, you meet Gladys into the church, and essentially you guys talk it out a little bit more. You get to find more about Gladys. She doesn't really want the rebellion to happen, but she finds it's the only way that she needs to accomplish her goals. And
that she doesn't really want a rebellion. It's more of just like the king's goals. The king has good intentions,
but it's accelerating way
it's-
too fast.
It's moving way too quickly, and her way is just it's slowing it down so that the people can get used to it.
She still can't decide whether you're a dumbass or a smart person, but she goes, well, you found out the riddle, so you must have some kind of brains. And she finds you really funny, and she tells you that she really likes a funny guy.
You want to know my boob size? Only real men can know my boob size.
The only person who can know my boob size is someone who can beat me.
Oh,
He
that's
goes,
true.
okay, well, I look forward to that one day. She starts laughing. Cue in Shamisel, who for some reason for like the past like night was like, my boobs are aching. Did you know a demon's boobs can grow if you love them enough? He goes, is that true? I don't feel that that's true. She goes, no, it's totally true. And this does happen
Demons
in the
never
OVA.
lie.
Yeah, demons never lie.
But that itself is a lie.
So this actually happens in the OVA.
Isn't that in a church though?
Yeah.
Yes. So in the OVA, it's explained that demons' boob size gets bigger if they're in church.
That's called a real test of faith.
But then you look at girls out. Never mind.
Yeah. No. Shamisel's boobs get bigger when they're in church. But in the game, it's explained. No, the more you love her, and the more you know.
You suck on them.
Yeah, her boobs will just get
Is that
bigger
why church girl
naturally.
got big boobs?
Well, she is part demon.
Yeah, but
We don't know what her mother looked like though.
I need to go to church.
Well, when we get to that part, I have a serious question about how she came to be. But
Yeah.
when we get to that,
Yeah. So essentially, what happens is we forgot a very important character. Quan.
One coin.
One coin.
One coin. So 1 coin is a Chinese commander, not commander. He's like your go-to guy.
Yeah.
the
Like the only
He's
way-
like he's like your butler,
Yeah.
sort of.
Son, but it's more
Attendant. There we go.
Yeah. And so essentially, you're the head commander, and OneCoin is there to relay any information or stuff like that. Essentially, Gladys tells you that there is a traitor within the keep, to be careful. And the king also passed the exact same message, which led your character to be like, someone's evil in here. Not only that, the next day, someone sends Gladys a fucking challenge. Needed be, it's fucking OneCoin, who gave a challenge to Gladys saying, Gladys, the commander challenges you to a chess match and wagers the entire war on it. Do you accept? Gladys goes, a chess match? Nigga, I'm the best at chess. I'll fucking whoop his ass.
Which is true. She beats
Up
up to this point. It's
Yeah.
talked about multiple times that
That she beats Voltaire.
Voltaire is the best at chess, but she taught him
And
how to
swords-
play
and
and
swords
beats
play.
him. And sword play, and she beats him in both.
Exactly.
She told him.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just like you get the information. OneCoin's like, yeah, I made a challenge to her. Yeah, your life is on the line, Luke. And basically,
And
Luke-
this war.
yeah, and this war. And Luke goes, okay, fuck you, OneCoin. You're gonna be in the dungeon tonight. And the commanders, you tried to assassinate me the other day. Found out about that. Don't worry, I'm not gonna punish you.
And they're all
like, wait, why are you not gonna punish us? Like, we tried to kill you, and then
I don't know if we said it, but all the commanders at this up to this point, well, still at this point, still believe that he's a fucking idiot, and they all hate him and talk down to him the same way that
so the
Voltaire
assassins they
does.
hired wasn't supposed to kill them. Supposed to just fuck him up in his sleep.
Yeah.
But they tried to kill him because they got angry because he kept fucking them up in their sleep.
Yeah, that's what it was. Remember? Okay, now I remember. The first group of assassins the first night were meant to kill him by somebody else. The second D, E, and F, the second group, were the ones that they sent just to
Fuck him up.
fuck him up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, yeah.
And so Luke goes, no, I'm not gonna fucking put you in prison because I'm going to the fucking castle tomorrow to go fight Gladys. And if nobody's here to watch over the army or the city, she can easily send an attack crew over here and just capture the whole rebel base. Essentially, OneCoin has been sending information to Gladys as well to try to help the rebel army because he's an asshole.
Because he's working under the Prime Minister.
Yeah, but essentially, Luke finds a way to get through all those plans by keeping the generals there. Gladys even mentions, in a little brief cutscene, wow, he's really fucking smart to have known that I would have done something like that. And essentially, the morning of, OneCoin has the chef bake an apple pie. And this is where the real differences of the OVA come in, because essentially the apple pie is filled with a laxative, and the whole chess match, Luke just had to take a shit, and he's literally just skipping through
if he got
turns.
up, he would automatically lose.
Yeah, if he didn't have to take a shit, or if he took the shit before the match, he would have lost that match.
But if you think about it, that apple pie was his saving grace.
It was a saving
It
grace.
was.
And thanks to him having to take a shit, he somehow beat Gladys.
I
he
found
didn't
it
just
so
beat
funny.
her.
He made plays without even thinking. He literally just made random plays throughout the entire game and won.
And won. In the OVA, it's more so that his power of the hollow hand activated, and he was just super duper smart while the hand was activated.
And he became Jesus Kun.
Yeah, he became Jesus Kun. And then for some reason, someone tried to plant a laxative in his meal at the nighttime when they were celebrating the war. And then that's when you get a tip fucking scene with Isis. And it's a tip fucking scene that I don't like, where it's somehow you fuck the nipple. So
No, you do that in the game
you
too.
do that in the
In
game.
her
I hate
route,
that.
it's
I hate
like
that. So weird.
why?
Anyways,
I like her really long nipples. I don't think I said that. I don't think I said that when we were talking about her, but I just thought about it. Isis.
she
When
doesn't
her
have the
nip-
longest nipples though.
Oh, did she not?
No.
I just know she had really
Roxanne
fucking
had
long. No.
Yeah, really
Roxanne's nipples were not as long as
It
Isis.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah. So essentially,
Pull it up now.
essentially, Gladys loses the war, and Luke's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna execute her. She's gonna be in the dungeon tonight." And essentially, the main commander, Commander Felsen, that nigga's a G. Fucking love Commander Felsen.
Yeah,
the one
I
with the
love that
beard?
guy.
Yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
fucking happy when I was like, I hope it's this guy. I hope I hope this guy aligns with me, and he's like
Yeah.
the guy respecting me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He's like, yo, lose the shit. Yo, he beat Gladys in a chess match. Yo, that's my nigga right there. Right? So y'all guys are like celebrating throughout the night. Nah, I feel like, okay, yeah, that's a really big. Yeah, she might have the biggest one.
No, not big, long.
Long, yeah.
I wouldn't choose.
So yeah, so Felsen's really high on you right now. The commanders are like trying to turn a new leaf over you right now. And essentially what happens is, you go down to the dungeon at night to fight ISIS. Yeah.
Hers are just
And
whiter.
ISIS.
Hers are whiter.
Yeah, they're white. You go down to the dungeon to go meet with Gladys.
Sorry how you said it. You go fight ISIS.
I misspoke. I meant Gladys. You go down to fight Gladys, and essentially you go down. You're like, "Hey guys, how's everything?" And she goes, "Oh, you came to laugh at me, spit on me, or whatever." He goes, "Nah, I still think you're really pretty." He's
Came
like,
to
"Nah."
find your boob size. What
Nah,
is
I
it?
just
Tell
came-
me.
Yeah, I just came to see what your boob size was. She's like, "You can find more than just a boob size if you challenge me." He goes, "What do you mean? First one to come loses. If I win, you untie me and I win and double or nothing. If you win, I become your woman." And he goes,
I become your slave.
I'll become your slave.
I don't
He goes,
know where
yeah,
she came
yeah.
with
and,
women.
and Lou just goes, "You know what? Fuck it, double or nothing. Let's do this shit." And so like
he knew he was gonna win.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
because it was also like this whole thing. Shimzel told him multiple times in this arc where it was like, yeah, everybody's gonna beat you during the day, but at night you gonna beat everybody.
Yeah.
Pretty much being like you're the best at
Yeah,
sex and
like, yeah.
all this and all
like,
that. So
like
he
this
was
nigga touches their boobs and makes them come.
yeah, and he
like-
was realizing that like
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. So like a lot of foreplay, a lot of massage play. Then you finally like. By the way, she's like tied up on a wall like this.
That's cute.
Her
Yeah,
hands
I
are on
know,
the
right?
ceiling,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, Fred, you haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah. And so essentially like
You're
you're
gonna
just
like
like
this.
going ham on
This
her.
excites me.
You're eating her out. You're fucking doing everything to her.
Yeah, Fred, come.
And
Come
then
here.
you finally
No.
hit it in the pussy.
Alright, fuck
and
her.
then-
You get to look
And
at
then, and then you hit it in the pussy, and then you finally like come in her and you make her come. By the way, she came like 6 times by this time already.
Yeah, she's also a
Um,
virgin.
You find that she's a virgin.
I like that.
And then she was like, yeah. He was like, why didn't you tell me? I would have went easier on you. She was like, nah, I wanted to take it. Now I'm your woman.
Oh wait.
Now you can do whatever you want to me. I will forever be by your
God
side.
damn it.
Why does she
Towards
have
me and
long
Calvin
nipples?
She doesn't
All
have
right.
long nipples.
I mean,
He's
her
We
just
like
boobs-
this.
sucking on her, so it looks like that.
So,
Boobs is way too long.
so to the point, you wake up the next morning, you're in bed, you get a kiss in the cheek. Normally that's Shamsel's job,
This bitch broke out of prison.
but this bitch broke out of prison. He's like, how did you get out? You didn't cuff me back in. Oh.
Right.
He goes, okay. She's like, hello, my darling, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, yeah. She's like, you know we're going to get married, right? He goes, wait, what? He's like, yeah, you're going to be my fiance. Wait, huh? When did I agree to this? Because you are.
Bitch, when you're in kindergarten, what the
That's
fuck?
what she makes it like too.
And so it's like this really cute scene where it's just like, she's talking it out with you. She's like, I've never gotten to express my woman feelings before. Like, I've always had to be like a man. This is like the first time I've ever been in love, and like, I'm just so happy right now.
She's like, a woman does everything for her man. She cooks and does things for her man. And then he was like, what era is this?
and so essentially, like,
I will be your poison tester.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
and then somebody comes in, and he's like, all right, I'm about to eat my breakfast. She goes, no, I'll eat the breakfast first. Let me take a nibble. All right, it's good. You can eat it now. And I'm like, whoa, this chick fucking loves me. Holy shit.
She gets
Yeah.
really pushy, which
Yeah.
is like I still like her. I love her mannerisms.
Yeah.
And like I love how open she is, but like it's something you have to read for yourself that you see like, damn, she's actually really
So-
fucking
so-
good. She scares me.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I try to leave her, she's gonna murder me.
Yeah.
That-
So, like,
that makes
she
it
could-
better.
yeah, she could do a tip book right in the morning, and like it's a funny line that we mentioned like last week. But it's like he's like, where did you learn the tit fuck? You were a virgin. And she goes, I was practicing. And he goes, how? When?
When?
And she goes, yesterday. And he goes, wait, why yesterday? And he goes, I somehow had a feeling that you might beat me and like we'd end up together. So I thought you were the one. So I'm just
Plot
practicing.
convenience.
And he's like, alright. Then you end up fucking her on the bed and shit. And then the commanders walk in right when you end, and they're all like, whoa.
No, hey, last night I heard that you. Oh, she's there.
So the other commanders, the two old guys, you're just like, oh, Alright, we're gonna walk away now. Felsen's like, I see you, Luke.
Yeah.
I see you. You conquered her. You the nigga. And so, like,
I feel so good inside whenever he's happy.
Yeah.
Just like he's like the dad you never had.
And so Gladys is like, yeah, you're my number one and shit. And
You're my man and I'm
Yeah.
your woman.
yeah. And then that's when the whole thing with Wang Quan happens.
Yeah.
And essentially, they're like, Wang Quan, we inspected the pie yesterday. DNA test revealed.
One coin. Eat this pie. No, I'm good.
No, eat this pie.
I command you, eat this pie.
That wasn't a request. It was an order.
Yeah.
I really don't want to eat. I'm full. No, you're gonna eat this pie. And then Gladys goes, "Nigga, we found the fucking laxatives in the pie. We know you asked the chef. We can just ask him if we wanted to."
No, you don't have to do that.
All right, I put laxatives in the pie. All right.
Who told you to do this?
Who told you to do it? Well, the prime.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Never mind.
Never mind. I'm just gonna kill myself now.
Ari Carey just murders someone.
Yeah, he just kills himself. And then you're like, well, it's gotta be the prime minister. He let that slip.
And then that leads into the next arc.
That leads into the next arc, and essentially, like, you come back to the capital with Gladys on your shoulder.
And everybody's like,
Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? Voltaire's the first person to meet you outside. So you came in with Felsen, Gladys, and, like, your whatever. And you left the other two commanders in the fucking castle.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Voltaire and Isis are right at the front, and they're like, I cannot believe he beat Gladys. And Voltaire is just like, that was my woman! I was gonna beat her! Blah, 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 blah. Felsen goes, nigga, who you talking to like that? That's my nigga, Lou! Who the... Boom, 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 boom.
Know how to speak to your commander. You see him. He beat the shit out of him.
He's like, nah, I don't think myself as low as him. What? You want another one? Gladys goes, nah, I got this one. Felsen and Gladys start fucking them up together. He's like...
He gets fucked up multiple times.
Isis is like, goddamn.
His whole face is swollen.
Yeah, Isis is like, goddamn, what am I...
Oh
Come on,
my
Motan,
God.
let's get out of here. And it's at this point where, like, she starts seeing that Luke's, like, very nice and stuff. Like he was to the point where, like, oh, that's right, I forgot you had this. Thank
Like
you.
at this point,
Thank
she
you
was.
for passing me back my vibrating fleshlight.
Oh, that's really small, Yancy. Yancy, that's really small.
It's just supposed to tickle the front.
yeah, it's just
Mm.
I got my man's
If
ass
it
fleshlight
vibrates,
at
aren't
home.
you supposed to put? Never mind.
Anyways. So as you were saying, CJ?
What was I saying? Oh yeah, about Isis
Yeah.
and her.
She started being nice.
She at that point, yeah, that's when she
Because she
also
notices-
starts following. Like, oh yeah, he might actually be really competent
because,
because
like,
he solved this.
Yeah, the whole time while Militaire's getting fucked up,
Like-
you're like, guys, you shouldn't really fuck him up that much and
I
stuff.
was like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Initiation, bitch.
Yeah, and then like
Because at that earlier, when you first get there, she's only respecting you because she has to, and then now it's like, okay, no.
yeah, like she's seen that you beat Gladys, you stopped the rebellion, you fucking somehow got yourself away from Bone. She's like, you know what, this guy might actually be a good guy.
Mhm. I
and-
might have been wrong this whole time.
I might have been wrong. This
I
whole
feel
time.
bad.
Yeah, and then this is where we kick into Emerilla. I believe that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Emerilla.
I just call her Emerald because it's
Yeah.
literally spelled Emerald until there's no D in it.
Yeah.
It's like IE or IA or something.
Yeah,
like
and she
that.
just so happens to be like the fucking teacher of the fucking princess, and she has a mouth like a vacuum.
Wait, I got you, fam.
So we'll get there. So essentially, Calvin, maybe you want to explain this part? When you become high commander and shit?
Yeah, after the events, what happened with Gladys, you become the High Commander. So after you choose, what was the
There's no choice.
There's
There's no choice.
There's no choice yet.
No, not yet. All right. So after your interaction with everybody in the room with the king, step out, run into the princess. This is the second time you run into the
Yeah,
princess.
you only ran into her during your graduation ceremony.
Yeah. So this is the second time you exchange a little bit of words, you know, and then Emerella comes out.
This is the only reason why I like her. It's just it gets faster too.
It sounds like someone slurping clams, to be honest.
That might have been what she was
She
doing.
want to slurp me and slurp me like a clam. I don't know.
So as you were
Yeah.
saying,
So alright. So yeah, you have your exchange with the princess. Just have small talk, and then Emerald comes out. This part I forgot what happened in detail because it's been a while. I just went through it and then I put it down.
so a
Wait,
party
what?
happens.
Yeah,
A
you have
party
your
in your
you have
honor
your
comes
yeah.
in and like fells in, and one of the other commanders comes in. You find out that the princess actually, well, Luke doesn't find out, but through like cutscenes with Amarella and the princess, you find out the princess actually has kind of a crush on you, and that she was actually looking forward to meeting you at the party.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want
Yeah.
me
And
to?
then that's when the
literally
Prime
just did
Minister
this
comes in.
yesterday.
You want to go through it? Yeah, sure.
All right. So when you get back, everybody's like, "Oh, okay, it's the hero of the kingdom."
Yeah.
Your name, goes down. People don't even know what you look like. They just know your name
Luke
and
the
that you
hero.
saved everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
You defeated demons, united everybody, blah, blah, blah. So, the princess, of course, you've met her like once before, and she was like kind of fond of you, but she still doesn't know your face. She just wants to be with like a hero. To me, she's kind of the lolly of the girls.
Not after her fucking scene.
Shamwal the Lolly.
Well, I mean, in terms of her behavior, she's very like coy.
Keep going.
So, you go back there. There's a giant party in your name. All the other generals are there. Princess is trying to meet with you.
The old man was still there. The old man was still at the castle.
Okay, so 2 of the generals are still there. Felsen, like my man Felsen was
Yeah.
there. The other guy that doesn't want to admit that he's there for you is still there. Of course the king and
Prime Minister and
the prime minister is there trying to murder you in the middle, trying to poison
Yeah,
you.
he's trying to poison your fucking
He's
wine.
like, I think you should drink this wine.
And
No,
Luke's like, "Nah,
I'm good.
yeah."
No, but I really think you should drink this wine. I'm already kind of tipsy and I'm a lightweight.
Felsen comes in and is like, yo, he said nah, back off.
And then, you find out that there's actually a really big history and that Felsen actually does suspect him of, being a traitor, which, Prime Minister is.
Yeah. So essentially what happens at this night is that the king comes to the king's room at night. He's like, I got something to tell you. What is it? Calls in the prime minister. I got something to tell you too, prime minister. And he's like, yeah, what's up? So the position of high commander has been open, and prime minister, you've been a wonderful, wonderful high commander. But that's not your job. We're gonna give it to Luke.
And then he just balls out. He's like, what?
He's like, no, fuck this bitch ass nigga. He ain't gonna be commander. Nah, I'm fine being my 2 positions. I got this handled. Prime minister, you're gonna be a prime minister.
Yep.
We need a high commander. And so essentially, Luke becomes high commander. And when you get back to your room, you have a funny surprise because the high commander gets assigned a personal knight. And guess who's his personal knight?
Isis.
Yeah, and
I like her as the personal knight, though.
I was like, yay! I was like, finally, she's not shafted.
But
But
that's
then guess
all
who
she
comes
does.
into your fucking room? To be like, you cannot be high commander. This motherfucking hater Molteri comes in. You can't be high commander. And Luke's like, wow, news spreads through the castle fast, huh? He's like, no, I don't believe this. I cannot. Blah, 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 blah. And then essentially what happens is you have a whole argument. Molteri runs back to the king. Nah, he cannot be high commander. The king goes, excuse me, did you just barge into my quarters?
No.
No? That wasn't that?
This is later.
That was later? Okay. Anyways,
It does happen, though.
so that happens, and then the next morning, there's the whole argument of what to do with Gladys. And the whole argument turns funny because essentially, when Luke became a commander, his first thing was, the king said, do you have anything you want? He was like, I'll be commander. Okay, sure. On one condition. What's the condition? I get to choose what happens to the son of Wickenham. And the king was like, you know what, fine. Prime Minister was really against this back then. He's still against this now. Luke's like, nah, let's not execute her. She's really good. She can actually be one of the main people training everyone. She's actually really strong. We need her. And if we kill her, all of her fucking people who are really loyal to her will try to do another, rebellion.
Yeah, and that's one of his strong points because he can actually think in the long term, where everyone else thinks short term and just wants to murder her.
Yeah, exactly. And so the king goes, Prime Minister's like, nah, fuck that, nah, she gotta die. We gotta show her as an example. We can't show that you a bitch ass nigga king. The king goes like, you know what? I'm gonna agree with Luke. I had first made this thing with Luke, so you know what? Fuck it. We're not gonna kill her. And somehow she doesn't manage to die in the dungeon at all. She comes back upstairs. She hugs you. And
She runs straight into you, honey. Oh fuck! Right in front of Isis. Isis is getting real jealous, and she's like,
and then Gladys is
my guy.
Weird.
Gladys is like, let's go.
She was gonna they was gonna fuck right in front of her too, but she fell asleep.
Yeah. Gladys at first was like, let's fuck.
Here, I'm ready. She can watch. It's okay. And he turns around. He's like, "Hey, Isis, I'm sorry. You have to see this." And then he turns around to go fuck her, and she's out.
Yeah. And so
Apparently, the dungeon is really tiring.
Yeah. And then Shamasel's like,
Actually, pouting the whole time.
I would have given you a seed to make a 4-way. What do you mean? You would have joined? No, there would have been 2 of you if you would have ate these seeds.
yeah, and that's when we get to a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But before that,
That's important.
Before that, Moltaire came back in, got
For
fucked
later.
up by Gladys again. So that was fun.
It won't stop.
Yeah. Basically, in the morning, Gladys has to go back to her castle. You make a promise that in a month's time you'll make sure you visit her. And she's like, I don't want to be away from you. No. It's really cute if you want to continue there from CJ.
No, yeah, so it's just like, yeah, promise me you'll come back for me. I know you're gonna come back. He's like, and at this point, it's really funny, Luke, whenever Luke talks to her, he's like, yeah, sure, but, and I'm your woman and you're my man. I didn't say that.
Yeah, he just dances around it.
Yeah, he dances around, like, everything she says, and, she still believes it to be true. Which is still fine because I still love her, but she goes back. Moltaire is just like, what? How dare you? She's not coming back to you. No. And then Felsen comes in. Yo, what's going on here? He's like, I'm gonna kill this man. Word? Guards, I command you to beat his ass. Literally, this is your next order. Beat the shit out of him.
It's like, whoa, this is a little extreme.
He's like, guys, you don't have to. But no.
There's 3 niggas stomping Moltaire out.
He gets back up. He can't talk. It's literally what he talks after.
Felix is like, no. Felix is like, you apologize yet, nigga?
I'm
What? I didn't hear you.
Wait, should I pull it up?
It's fine.
All right.
Oh god. Oh, and this is where the whole Amarella stuff pops are. Oh, but even before that, right at that same scene, while this nigga was getting fucked up, the 2 hoes that been hanging around Moltaire the entire time finally go, oh, this is Sir Lute? Oh, and they jump right onto you, and they're like, oh my god, you're so good looking.
A little tinge bit of backstory of those
Fuck
2
these hoes.
girls. And since the very beginning, they're one of the 2. They're 2 of the first characters that you meet.
Yeah.
And they're basically his groupies, and even though he's engaged, he's having sex with them like
Just
all
little
the time, and like there's just a lot of parts where it's just to show that he thinks nothing of you. These girls come in and then they're like, "Oh, who's that?" and they forget who he is every single time.
Yeah, but now that you got the fucking high commander. and
Yeah,
shit.
they don't even remember that they've met you before.
Yeah, and they're just like, who's Moltaire? Fuck Moltaire. We want you.
We don't want Moltaire. We want you.
Yeah, and so, but Isis is always chasing them around. They're like, get the fuck out.
Get
No.
the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So it's at this part where Luke starts suspecting that Isis might also have feelings for him.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where the whole Amarella thing starts popping up.
And the plot.
And the plot, where the Prime Minister's like, we need to get this guy. I don't like Luke. The wine plan didn't work. What do we do next?
He's too lucky. There's no way. He's like, I need you to do what you're here to do, which apparently Amarella is meant to have sex with men and puts a spell under them to
Her
control
backstory is
them.
fucked up on that part.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
We'll get there.
No, wait. What did you
no,
say?
I'll say that part where they start planning her story, her backstory from what I mentioned earlier is fucked up.
Oh.
And I didn't really like that but one of the reasons gonna come up, but there was something in her backstory I didn't like.
Okay. I don't know her backstory yet. I just know what she does.
So essentially, what happens is that she gets really kinky with you. She's like, we should just do it here in the King's Chamber. Like,
Oh.
if you're hot. And you're like,
I know I should.
My
I know
mind's
you're
telling me no. My body is telling me yeah. And he just goes, well.
I guess. And then she pulls out her tits and he's like, well, logic's out the window.
Logic's out the window. And that's why you heard that part earlier with the... Because she is sucking the soul out of this man's dick. He's just like, oh. She's like, you want to be my slave? No.
And then literally as you're about to succumb to it, you remember, like, if I had an extra pair of hands,
I wouldn't lose.
I won't lose to her. But wait, I have a split seed.
And then all you hear is... Kagebushin no jutsu. A second dude pops up behind her, grabs her by the tits. Alright, bitch, we got you now. She's like, how are you doing this? Don't worry about it. It's one of my special powers.
Just take it.
Just take it.
And then apparently there's several CGs throughout that scene, and
tit fuck,
they're really good.
Yeah, tit fuck, getting your dick sucked, they're getting dog eat, she's getting everything.
She's
like,
getting fucking
all holes are exploded.
rotisserie.
Yeah, like, oh boy.
She becomes a rotisserie because there's two of you.
So spit rose.
Yeah,
bro.
spit roast.
Rotisserie. You're gonna ruin rotisserie chicken for me.
Am I gonna ruin it or am I gonna make you like it more?
No, you're gonna ruin it.
You're gonna wanna fuck it.
You?
Fuck your food.
So yeah, he somehow managed to escape this by using the split seed and
he not controls her, but he's like, yeah, if you come first, I'm gonna be the one who controls you. But she doesn't follow through with it, but she does.
But she does admit, she's like, yeah, make me come. I'll follow you. I'll follow you. And
yeah,
he's like, yeah.
and she does fall in love with him.
Yeah.
Black Light Angel.
What?
That's a cut.
No, don't cut it.
Get back while he's in. It enhances it.
Is that your slave name, Black Light Angel?
It's his safe word.
Why are you laughing so much?
So
CJ has a little bit too much experience with
This
this.
is Edison's new nickname.
Which matters.
That is my nickname.
So essentially what happens here at this point is that she goes back to the prime minister and he goes, how did your dick sucking job go? And she goes, it failed. And he's like, bitch, after everything I taught you, how did you fail? He didn't succumb to it. And he goes, well, what are we going to do now? And she's like, the princess. You can use the princess. Oh, that's right. That bitch is like part demon, right? Yeah.
That bitch has demon blood.
Yeah. He's like,
Nymph blood.
Yeah. Any man is going to fucking die to that.
To what?
She goes, yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna risk it all for that.
Yeah. Well, till we get to a funny CG that CJ wants to talk about. So, this morning, Isis was away on another duty.
Shut up.
Oh, that.
He was away on
Okay.
another duty, so Luke was in his room eating breakfast by himself. Enter a knock. Luke thinks it's Emerilla. Cue in the twins. Well, not the twins, the two girls.
All right. So both these girls, I have a lot of opinions.
So, I know Kelvin had an opinion, and Kelvin told me before. I was like, actually.
Yeah, Kelvin, you go
Yeah.
first. You go first.
So,
please.
originally I asked Kelvin, I was like, oh, Kelvin, do we fuck those two girls?
Mm-hmm. You do.
And he goes, but you feel really dirty about it afterwards. I was like, what do you mean by that?
It's like, I don't like these bitches. There's nothing about them that just appeals to me. Like after that whole CG scene happens, I just felt dirty. I'm like, I need a shower. I need a shower and I need to go to church.
CJ, you wanted to say something.
I agree with Kelvin except for the feeling dirty afterward part. Because throughout the entire story, I fucking hated these girls. I'm
That's
like,
why I felt dirty.
and you know why? You know why I know it feels dirty to both of us and probably to anybody that plays this, because it reminds us of those girls from fucking high school that had no interest in us.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you're fucking hot, and I want to bang you, but I want to bang you with like real like anger and frustration. So it's like, you guys are not important to the story, and I really don't want an H scene in here with you. But they're in there, and I'm glad. But it was a really good like scene for it being short.
It's just another kick in the boot to Multi.
Yeah,
He's losing everything.
Multi apparently was never able to make them come, but you know.
Oh yeah, he's smaller.
And he's smaller.
Yeah. So it's just like there's that. his fucking fiance is in love with you now. She's like, yeah, I'm planning to call it off.
Oh my god.
And it's like, Jesus Christ. So that scene happens, and then Morello's like, yeah, so you're gonna be teaching the princess how to sword fight. And
it's exactly how it sounds.
yeah, it's exactly as it sounds. And so the princess is like, there's no way I can meet Luke. And Morello goes, well, I have a teacher coming in to teach you sword fighting tomorrow, so you need to be ready. She's like, oh, but I don't want to sword fight. I suck at that. And she goes, don't worry, it's gonna be someone really interesting. Lo and behold, it's fucking Luke, and she's like, can't hold her like
drop.
her panties drop, her face goes blush, and Emerald's like, well, I'm gonna leave you two to it. Just you have like an hour or two to teach her how to sword fight. To which
He practiced his sword play.
No, this man Lou is a danger. This man plays on the cusp because if the king did not like him, oh boy, he would die after this. Because essentially, you actually, Isis actually taught you like a couple things. How to properly hold your sword.
I don't know how to sword play. Don't worry, I got you because I like you.
Yeah.
What? Nothing.
Yeah. So basically, you try to actually teach Sarah how to sword fight, and she actually caught you on the back of the neck. Thank God the blades were dull. Yeah. She caught you on the back of the neck.
I was dying when that happened.
He was like, all right.
He's like,
so,
we're gonna practice. Sorry to cut you off. Thrusts. He's like, all right, don't forget to just thrust and go quick with it. Oh man, those boobs! I can't believe I.
My spleen! She's like, are you okay?
I love that scene.
She was like, you're just quicker than I thought. And then he goes, okay, we're gonna do proper posture. To which you get a CG scene of her like standing like this. He's like, okay,
with
yes,
the sword over her head.
proper stance. And he's like, yes, and like his mind is like, those tits though, oh my god. And he's like, yes. So so when you're getting attacked by an enemy, you still need proper stance. So I'm just gonna pull down your dress for her. I'm just gonna start attacking your titties.
He just reaches around from behind her while the sword is over her head.
And he's like, you have to keep the stance. Keep it. Keep swinging the sword around. And while he's just like fucking playing he's just juggling the boobs, literally. Yeah. He's just like
a boobie massage.
Yeah. To the point where she fucking comes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god.
You see those K-cups?
I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Or 115 of her.
Oh, 115 pounds.
50 pounds per tit. 15 pounds of body.
15 pounds of body. I refuse.
And this basically like plays on itself like the entire time, where every time you go to teach her a lesson,
it gets
just another
further and further up until
the entire time,
last day.
Yeah, the entire time the Prime Minister's like, so did they fuck yet? Nah, they just started on titty play. Alright, but when they fuck, you gonna die, right? Yeah, hopefully. And like every night, Lucera is just like finding out that they're doing something more intimate. And she's getting, not Lucera,
and she's coaching both of them.
Amarella is getting more jealous every night. Yeah. She's like, I want to feel his dick again. Oh, I'm not in love though, right? No, I'm not in love. And so like the second day, it's tit sucking, I believe.
Yeah, it's titty fucking. And sucking, yeah.
And sucking. And then the third day, it's him getting his dick
everything.
Yeah. And the fourth day, it's, take it. She's like, I'm going to give you my womanhood. And he's like, yeah, you going to take I'm going to take that womanhood.
That's when he used the seed again, right? Yeah,
he used the seed on Emerald.
Yeah, when they went
he didn't use the seed on the... Yeah, he used it on the princess.
No, he used it on the princess.
Yeah,
well, I'm about to get to that then, because that's where I saved.
Yeah, he used another seed on the princess.
Oh,
he's like, oh my god. She's like, her pussy's, I can't. I'm about to die. By the way, every time they're done fucking, he passes out for like a couple seconds.
Yeah, both of them do.
Yeah. So he's like, oh god, I'm gonna pass out. Takes another Kage Bushin no Jutsu seed. And he's like, alright, you wanna feel some more experience? Try the butthole.
And let's point out that like after like in the middle of first to begin off with when they start having sex, she's very like coy and she's very shy.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know.
This is so vulgar. And then like after you start fucking her, she's like, more, give me more. I want more. You're like, okay, I have to stop. Nope, come on, let's do more. And it's like, I'm just clicking through these scenes, and I'm just like, I'm catching a sweat. I'm like, ooh.
That happened to me too, bro.
I'm like, ooh. This is why you going up there on my list.
And eventually, this is where you do get to a part CJ hasn't gotten to.
Yeah, I just this is literally what I'm up to, so I don't mind.
Yeah,
Go
so essentially, you get a decision. You get a decision of whether you either continue the lessons or you don't. The Lucera ending is if you don't continue the lessons. Essentially, what happens is that you're like, "Hey, Lucera, I gotta tell you, this is the last time I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna miss you." And stuff like that. And she goes, "No, I don't want to be away from you." He's like, "There's nothing you can do about it." So you go back to your room. Shamacel's like, "Nyaha, I see you're playing around with the princess, huh?" And it was her exact laugh.
It wasn't her exact laugh, but she does laugh every time.
Yeah.
She goes cool.
She goes, "Kiki on ya."
That's it. But she does do it.
And then essentially she's like, you know, the way you've been fucking her, she's just gonna run into your room and want the dick again, right? And then
That literally happens.
And then he's like, "No, that can't happen. She's a princess. What will people say?" And then the guards go, pops in the princess.
Get the princess outside?
Yeah, he's like, "What's going on? I'm not gonna say anything." He's like, "Hey man, you want to take my bread?" "Yeah, sure, I'll take your bread."
I noticed that he bribes everybody with white bread.
They're like, "All right, we'll shut up for now." And so essentially what happens is she's like, "I can't be without you for another second. I just love you, and I especially love the sex, but I love you a lot." And then the king comes in. He goes, "What's going on over here?"
Oh shit!
and
I can't wait to read
yeah.
this
And
today.
so like the princess is like, "I fall in love with Luke," and he goes. He has like a really serious face for a second, and Luke's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I'm gonna die." And then the king goes, "Ah! Oh, I knew something was gonna happen." He's gonna marry her, right? He goes, "Yeah, yes, father." And he goes, "Attaboy." He was like, "How many times have you done it already?" "We did it today." "Ha ha ha! Oh, Lucera, when I met your mother, we fucked like crazy for like a whole day straight." He's like, "That's that nymph blood in you, all right."
Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to say earlier. So if her mom was a nymph and
She was a full blood nymph.
yeah, and somebody who fucks a nymph dies, like even she was a half blood nymph, and you know a human is supposed to die whenever you fuck her. How is the king alive?
He must be a demon.
Huh?
He must be partially a demon.
No, because they were saying earlier that he was full blown human.
The king's human. It's just
Yeah.
He just survived.
That's why he's the king.
The conqueror. The conqueror.
And cue the Brock Lesnar music. Prime Minister, I am the advocate for the king who is 1-0 against the nymph nation. Anyways, so yeah, you just end up marrying Lucera. You have like a glorious wedding, and like you're the king by default already.
Yeah, I figured.
And Shamacel fucks off like in every other ending.
Good job. I'm out. Have fun in life.
Yeah.
I'll visit you
And
maybe.
so like you guys just rule the kingdom together, and she's like, "I want like 9 babies."
Oh my
Oh
god.
God, nah.
And you're like, with your
Oh,
sex
no.
drive, we're gonna have like a fucking kingdom. And
With all the other children you've implanted
I'm
in
not
all
even
these other
there.
women.
You didn't even. We're not
So-
playing.
so essentially, that's the Lucera ending.
Okay.
The other ending goes on a lot longer.
Yeah, I figured because there's so many.
Yeah.
There's because that's pretty much at the part where I'm at because
Yeah.
that's literally about to happen.
Yeah.
And when I went back and I looked at each character has CGs like CG pages, and there's literally just so many CGs missing. So I'm just like,
So when
damn, I have a lot to go through.
So if you choose, there's another lesson to come.
Mhm.
Amarella comes in, and she's like, "Hey, yeah, lesson's over." And then the Lucera's like, "So Lou told me there's gonna be an extra lesson because we're introducing another teacher." And instead of Amarella lying and saying, telling the truth like, "Nah," she's like, "Yeah, there will be another lesson tomorrow. It's gonna be with me and Luke." we're gonna be the other teachers. And she's like, are you serious? And Sarah's like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, don't worry about it. And so she goes back to the prime minister. And he's like, all right, so that's done already, right? He didn't die, right? She goes, nah. She's like, God damn it. But so Meryl goes, but you know what might make him die? What? If it's me and the princess together.
She just wants to fuck him. She knows it's not gonna work
Prime
anymore.
Minister's like, oh my god, if it's your lips and her fucking nymph, yeah, we might have this one in the bag. and so basically, next morning you go, Emerald's there, and like you just tag team Lucera. One boob each. You're getting your dick sucked. Emerald's eating her out. Crazy shit.
Oh my god.
Kage Bushi no Jutsu another time. Y'all get both of them and shit.
Can't wait.
It's really crazy. And essentially what happens is that night you get called into the king's chamber. And was it that night? It's like there's sometime after that. Essentially you get called into the king's chamber, and the king's like, yo, so nobody knows about this, and this has been a long time coming, but I really don't want to be king anymore. I'm thinking of naming you my successor. And Luke's like, whoa, wait, hold on, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, you could be the next king. I mean, everybody loves you, like everybody follows you. Fucking Felsen adores you. That was really hard.
Oh yeah, and between then also, they were like, oh yeah, there has to be a commander of guards under the high commander.
Yeah.
And there's this like whole thing of just like you appointing him.
Yeah, you appointed Felsen, and Felsen was so happy.
He's like, my brother.
He's like,
my brother.
Commander. Commander, I will not fail you.
I will not fail you, Commander.
And like Felsen's like really happy. Like they say, like he fucking slapped his feet off the doorway. He was so fucking happy. I was like, yo, that's my nigga. But yeah, and so essentially the king goes, you know what? I'm gonna make the announcement tomorrow. You're gonna become king. Like in a year or so. I'm gonna teach you everything. And Luke's like, oh shit. And so Luke goes back home, and he goes to his room, and he tells Shamisel. Shamisel's like, yeah, we're gonna, we can get married. If you're king, you can revoke the laws against demons and humans.
I get to be your true wife.
I get to be your true wife, exactly.
Yeah.
And the betrayal happens.
What ends up happening though is that the prime minister hears about this, and he's like, this nigga did not. Comes into the room, walks up to the king, boop, 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 boop.
Stabs
passes the knife to Amarella. She's like, yo, call Luke. When you call Luke, tell him something happens to the king. Luke comes in, you hide the knife under his bed. And he'll be framed for high treason for killing the king or whatever.
Oh shit.
So you get thrown into the dungeon, Amarella follows through the plan, and she hates it. She feels like shit the entire time. And this is where the Haramel kicks in, because randomly the next morning, fucking Roxanne shows up to the kingdom. He's like, yeah, so I heard Luke's the high commander, so I just came to pass him a visit.
That's what she comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. She's like, I came to visit Luke, and they're like, that nigga killed the king. He's a traitor to us all. And she's like, no, fuck out of here. No, hell no. He's not.
But not everybody's like that though.
But
you go to this part.
But what if you went the princess route and she comes in? Oh no.
No, she
married to somebody else now.
Yeah, no. Everything still goes on, but this part, like when the betrayal happens, everybody's like, kill him, burn him at the stake, everything. Basically, they want the main character dead. And then this is where basically the whole power of friendship kicks in. you see
all the girls,
Charles Angels.
Essentially,
yeah, basically. So you see Roxanne popping out of nowhere, and then after I think you see Isis and everybody else start popping out of nowhere, and then
Gladys.
I think she was like next to last.
She's like the last person.
And then, and all this happened, they throw you in the dungeon. So basically, the prime minister is like, we need to kill this man. But in this route, the Fat Prince, he's still alive. So Prince Fatboy is still alive. The prime minister calls Fatboy to come back to the kingdom so he can become king.
Makes him king, like the next day.
Yeah. So the next day that happens. So on that, so basically the women on one are at this point the women all locked up together except for ShamWow because she fucked up somewhere, And so Shanwa is off somewhere. All the princesses locked. All the girls are locked in with the princess in her room.
And
You're in the dungeon. Amarella is still with the prime minister. And then the prince comes and he's like, I want to be king. He's like, all right, we'll make you king. We'll wait a couple of days. Prince is like, make me king now. They do a makeshift ceremony. He comes king, and then I think the first thing
Moltaire comes in.
Yeah, Moltaire comes in, and then he's like, Moltaire, you're gonna be my
guard.
Yeah, you're gonna be my number 2. So that happened. They have their interaction. At that point, this is when Shanwa comes back. She's like, where's Lou? Everybody's all over the place, but she's trying to figure out where's Lou. And then she goes to the dungeon. She can't get into the dungeon because it's magic. The same magic that's in the dungeon is in the prime minister's room. So she knows something is up there.
That's why she bumps into Roxanne.
Yeah. And so Roxanne she stumbles into the.
She just stumbles into the. So she hears a voice, and she looks at the courtyard, and there's fucking Roxanne trying to get in.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, I'm a succubus. You're trying to find loot, right?
And Roxanne is like, what? And she's like,
I'm the demon of bone.
She's like,
I was fucking loot while you were fucking loot.
Essentially.
Pretty much, I know.
So that's when she takes you. She takes
Roxanne to the princess keep.
Yeah.
Where Isis and Lucera are as well.
Yep.
And then basically
they start hatching a plan.
Yeah, and so Roxanne's like, oh yeah, I met Lou, we have relations. And then Lucera's like, I also have relations.
Everybody.
And Isis is like, I'm still a virgin. And then Shanwa's like, I'm the number 1, alright? Like,
and then everybody's like, what you mean you're number 1? Like, I'm number 1. Like,
she's the number 1, just saying.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, it's a whole mini cat fight that happens.
So they hatch a plan. Shanwa's like, Roxanne, your tits are pretty big. Almost as big as the princess's. What if we put you in the bed with your face covered and just have your tits underneath the cover?
Disguise you as a princess.
Put you as a princess. That way they don't think two thoughts about it. So Sarah goes with Shanwa over to Gladys's kingdom. And Gladys and the commanders over there make a plan to save Luke.
But all this happens
Moltaire.
in 3 days. They have to make this happen in 3 days.
Because Luke's getting executed in 3 days. Well, this whole thing, by the way, Moltaire is getting fucked over by Bone.
Is he literally getting fucked over?
No, he's getting fucked up by everybody. At this point,
no, but is he literally getting bent over?
No.
And fucked. I would have preferred if he was.
At this point,
because I fucking hate this man. Everybody hates this man.
Why are you picturing that scenario?
I'm not.
Why not?
No, I'm happy. Okay.
At this point, Isis is calling the engagement off.
Okay.
He pissed off Bobon somehow. I forgot how. Bobon's like, nigga, you dead, executed. And then Prime Minister's like, nah, he's going to Bone. He's going to Bone. And then Moltaire's like, and then Bobon's like, I hate cool looking guys. Hey, those 2 sluts you had? Bring them here. I want big boobs right now.
Yeah.
And then Moltaire's just thinking to himself, fuck, Luke was not an asshole like this. Like, what the fuck is going on?
And then this is where the Grinch logic comes in. He's like, his heart grew three sizes that day.
And he keeps visiting Luke's room every night. He's like, why do I keep coming here? I guess Luke was not that bad of a guy.
No, he became emotional. He was like,
I want to fuck this man too.
No. Hey, the Yowie route.
The Yowie. Oh my god.
Yeah. So continue.
All right. So that happened. This is everything culminates on the
second night.
The second night.
Yeah, because Amarella tries to save him.
Oh, the second night. That's when he gets cursed up by everybody. When Moltaire gets cursed up by everybody. So he gets cursed up by the princess. Princess says she don't want to see him or talk to him or have anything to do with him. That's when Isis calls out the wedding, and Shanwao, she's like, "You call yourself man." Some shit happens, and then just like that's where.
And then Moltaire, by the way, notices that Lucera's not there.
Yeah, and then this is what he reports to the prime minister. He's like, "Did you see anything different?" Is the princess still there? And he's like, "Yeah, but." He's like, but what? Nothing. She was just there. She didn't do anything. And then at this point, this is like Moltaire's trying to have his comeback, trying to like I guess be a better man.
Mm-hmm.
But at this whole time, like the prime minister still doing his shit. Like this whole like 3 days is Mortaire's come up story. That's essentially what it is. And nothing really big happened on day 2 except for the fact that he got degraded by everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
but at night 2 is when Emerella changes her mind.
yeah,
She tries to save you.
yeah, she's like she comes into the dungeon and she's like, she relieves she tells the guard that's guarding you to open the door. She lets you in. That's when you have the whole reveal of Emerella, like, you know, that she worked with the prime minister.
Prime Minister is her father.
Yeah. Prime Minister.
Oh.
And then he was the one that trained her in the arts of being
Dick sucking.
Yeah, I remember.
The-
I remember that he trained her, but that's her father. Oh.
That's her father.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want her.
So that's your little incest story in this game. For those who like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't want him either, but at the same time, no.
You can't talk back to daddy though.
No.
And then essentially, the Prime Minister finds out, locks them into the cave. Mortaire is like, look how low you stooped to loot. And then it's like, how you doing, man?
But what's funny, like this whole 3 days that this is going on, Majora's Mask was in the back of my mind when this is happening. Like the 3 days, you just see like the moon inching closer and closer to terminal, and it's just like day 1, like everything happens. Day 2, and then like on the final day, you see like the moon right on top of the city. That basically, if there was like a 1-1 comparison, that Majora's Mask and basically the days before you die, or the main character died.
Yeah. And so essentially what happens is they decide to execute both Emerella. Lute somehow convinces Bumble to execute Emerella and him at the same time, instead of executing them right there on the spot. And next morning, Lute's about to get, decapitated by guillotine. Oh no, by the 2 guards in the front.
And they hesitate. They're like, "No, I don't want to do it. He was actually good to me. Like, I'm so sorry that I treated you like shit."
And they have Emerella gagged because they don't want her to yell anything. And then in comes Gladys, Felsen, all of them, the commanders, everyone, Isis. They start fucking up everyone.
Isis
Breaking
starts
free.
fucking up everybody.
Yeah, like they're all fucking up everyone. Oh my gosh, shut up.
I had to. Fred was distracted.
What'd you say?
I said Isis came and fucked up everybody.
This is horrible.
No, don't.
Anyways, here's the cover.
He didn't finish it. It's okay.
Oh my god! All right.
Mark.
Chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar. That's what we're going to censor it with. Chocolate bar.
Chocolate!
Censor it with a moan from the game.
I see there's Let's Play on YouTube, so
Yeah, man. There's actually Let's Play for the game.
yes.
Yeah, there is.
I never bothered to look that up.
So
I honestly.
that's when the guillotine guy saves everyone.
Yes.
Continue, nigga.
Oh.
He's just on his phone.
No, because I was writing something down just for later. That's why I was like, okay, I think you're going to continue. So, all right, basically, cavalry comes in. Everybody's basically brawling with each other, and you basically you get removed from the guillotine. Emerella gets Lute tells whoever to get Emerella off from where she's at, and then
Isis is like, nah, kill the bitch.
no, she's like, she tried to save me. She tried to repent for her ways. Because, she needs Jesus to come stick. So,
As soon as she's on ball gag, she starts just saying
everything. She's like, that the Prime Minister's my father. He didn't love me, but, not so much in that detail. But she was like that he was the one that killed the king. The prince was in on the whole thing. Basically, she just dropped everything.
bomb.
And then everybody's like, wait, what? They thought it was no. It wasn't Lute. Lute was basically he was supposed to be next.
She's
to
like,
the
I
king.
framed Lute. Oh,
It was my fault. Like I was on that move, the murder weapon under his bed. I was told by the prime minister to do so, and then basically at this point, not everybody like Felsen. He's like, all right, we're gonna catch the prime minister, catch Fat Boy, and it's just everybody's like, what's going on?
Feed them to the raping tree.
So, so essentially, at first they're chasing after them. Somehow Gladys cut the corner around the castle. She beat Bon Bon there.
Oh, she got energy legs.
Speed Kenyans. You gonna
Wait,
smell
who?
this pussy?
No, who was it?
Gladys.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that was all.
and Felsen was chasing right behind them, so they cornered the Prime Minister and Bon Bon. But the Prime Minister's like, you can't take me! Pushes Bon Bon into Gladys and books it. And so Felsen goes, kill Bon Bon! And he stabs that nigga. And they all stab him, they kill him. Bon Bon dies on the spot.
Oh God!
So Bon Bon's dead.
I think he had a much nicer death when he was vaporized.
Yeah. And then essentially they all break into the Prime Minister's room. But right before the Prime Minister was like gonna kill, Prime Minister pulls out a gun.
There's guns in this?
And that's what I thought.
It could have.
And
They
he was
had
gonna-
little hand
and
muskets.
he was gonna
at that
shoot
point.
ISIS and Felsen, but Shamwa somehow got into the room.
Because the door was open.
No, not because the door was open. Because when Gladys first got into the room, she threw a knife down on the floor at the circle.
Yeah.
And by throwing the knife at the circle, she cut off the circle's power because it didn't, fully connect.
Oh,
And so that allowed Shamwa to get inside.
Yeah, that thing.
And so she turned the fucking gun into carrot.
What's
So
with her? Okay, I was gonna say what's with her and carrots, but I just kind of
yeah.
phallic
It's just
food
to make it.
for masturbation.
And then this nigga summons a fucking portal.
What?
He summons a portal. So Luke wasn't there at his room yet. He was like in the middle of the king's hall. He was in the middle of the hall with like two other people, and like it zooms into like the Prime Minister's thing, right? Where he's like, he sees Luke through the portal, and he's like, I'm gonna kill this nigga. And he jumps through the portal and is about to stab him. And then it pops up to Luke's frame where the portal just pops up, and Luke's like, shit, I'm about to die. And then in comes Monterre, dodges the knife away from the fucking Prime Minister's hand, and then together with Gladys and Felsen, stab the Prime Minister right in the fucking throat. All three of them together. And Monterre's like, I'm not no second-rate knife. I know what fucking, dignity is. And then like at the
After
end of
being
Yeah.
having
Yeah,
it beaten
yeah.
into me
Yeah.
10 times.
yeah, and then like everyone like bows down while you walk up to the thing, and then like
Oh yeah.
You get the proper ceremony.
King Luke.
And
Yeah.
is it between all of that where you're getting all these extra like fuck
So
scenes?
so then the credits hit.
You can skip the
You
credits.
can skip the credits,
Okay.
and then you're in your bedroom, the king's bedroom now, and then
It's like a mini arc after the game
yeah,
ends.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Where it's like a year later.
Uh-huh.
It's a year later exactly
Okay.
after that, and it's like the kingdom's restored. Gladys is now the High Commander.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
No, Felsen's the High Commander.
Okay.
Gladys is the commander of the guard.
Sweet.
And then
Monterre is the teacher of the Royal Knights,
Mhm.
Okay.
and Amarella's the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And you've married Roxanne, Sarah, and Shamwa.
Officially,
I'm trying to like
Yeah.
get all their
You
faces.
officially married Shamwa, your demon chick, Roxanne, and Lucera.
Why Roxanne though?
Because she's the mistress of the Bowen. So by marrying Roxanne, you get ties to that side kingdom. Not only that,
Bowen
is right-
is a part of.
I know, but Bowen is also right next to the kingdom that
That you're
I don't know.
against.
Bon got banished to a kingdom.
Yeah.
That kingdom's right next to Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I remember
by
that.
creating a center there,
They
they can establish relationships with the other kingdom.
Okay.
So
I
that
got
was
you.
Luke's reasoning for marrying Roxanne.
Then also Roxanne, she's royalty. She's lesser royalty, but she's still.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Married Shamwow because he promised her. And then
She's
married
number
Sarah
one.
for obvious reasons.
I
Yeah.
still feel like that's a cop out.
Yeah. And then essentially, Luke's like, oh boy, I have a long day ahead of me.
Just fucking
Yeah.
sucking.
So you get like 10 CG scenes like in this one moment in the bedroom where like the girls have like a schedule of what days they fuck. Days they don't, right? And they're like, who's tit milking him this day? Who's giving him breast milk this day? Who's doing this? Who's getting cum inside this day?
It's all on the spreadsheet. It's on
Yeah,
Excel.
it's on a spreadsheet. Right?
It's all
but Glass
Excel
is,
spreadsheet.
Glass is a little selfish, so she skips the line.
Of course
So-
she is.
So they're all
She's
arguing
best
who's
girl.
like the main chick, whatever. And then like You fuck all of them. Next morning,
pretty good.
you wake up.
Wait,
you're like,
so sorry to cut you off. Where's ISIS in all of this?
oh, she's in there.
Okay, no. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke.
I know.
Like you've said where everybody else is
So
assigned.
ISIS is your prime guard.
Okay, so she's the
your
prime
number one
guard.
guard of the king.
Oh, so she's still
Yeah,
okay.
she just went with you as that.
All right.
Who's the other girl? Like I said, Esmeralda is the prime minister.
Yeah, you said where everybody else
Yeah.
was.
Yes. So essentially, they're all fucking you at the same time.
Yeah.
You wake up the next morning, you're like, oh boy, breakfast.
Need some more split seats.
Yeah, and you're like, whose turn is it to feed me milk today? And it's Gladys and Emeralda's turn. So you're fucking eating steak and eggs in the morning, and Luke's just like eating the egg, eating the steak, eating the egg, eating the steak. Right? He's just going ham, right? and then you get it's one of my favorite scenes of he's fucking ISIS, like doggy, bend over.
Okay.
And Shamzel's like, let's try something different. And like flying at the same time, she face hugs you like this while you eat her up. So yeah. So ISIS, like Shamzel's like this on you, like this, and you just hit him. I think it's Roxanne actually. Hit Roxanne. Yeah. And it's just like. His face.
Listen, you're getting broken because
Yeah.
one of them eating your ass while this is all going on.
Yeah.
For real.
You're getting your ass ate, so.
Nah, but this is JJ.
And then
This is
you all
from JJ.
decide to take a morning shower, and all of them
What
are like
story
in
is that?
like bondage gear, but not like full bondage gear.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't it
It's
just
like a
it's
it's like a bathing suit, right?
It's a swimsuit.
Yeah, it's in a swimsuit, and
I
they're
don't know
all
what
just
else I
like,
actually have.
we're all gonna do it at the same time.
We're all gonna
Just
lather
six
you
ways
with
to
This
fuck.
nigga.
Sue style.
Yeah.
I have this nigga.
So you fuck them all in the bath,
I just
and
realized
then,
I have this nigga.
Everybody fucks them and go about their day.
yeah, and then you go about your
Come
day,
on, Xavier.
and then at
I'm not
night
saying he
you
will. I'm
guys
just
have
saying I
another
realized I have it.
Another orgy,
another
basically.
orgy, yeah, essentially, where like you have like Amarella, Gladys, and Roxanne sucking ISIS ShamWows and someone else's tail. And while you're fucking, and you use a split
I
seed.
realized.
So that's the three of you.
There's three of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it just ends with like it's like I don't know if I'm a good king. I don't know if I'm the best king, but you know what? Fuck it. Life's not so bad after all.
I'm not I'm not the king this kingdom needs. I'm the king it deserves.
Yeah, and that's how Funbag fucking ends, and it's really good.
I can't wait.
There's apparently
I might be able to finish it by tonight. Maybe.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Forgot to mention one of my funniest lines for Luke was when he has to talk to Moltaire's father, and he's like, and Emerald's like, yeah, you just have to speak to Moltaire's father. He's like, yeah, he's the #1 merchant, right? He's like, yeah. I just hope he doesn't ask me to marry his son.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't make me ask his son's hand in marriage.
ISIS and me just started dying. I was just
ISIS was dying. She said, covered herself up.
But yeah, that's how Funbag ends. It's a really good game. It's a really good game.
I really like this game. Are we gonna go into the reasons why?
Final thoughts, yeah, final thoughts.
Final thoughts? I don't think of this too much as an eroge.
Neither
Honestly.
do I.
I think of it more as a visual novel more than anything with titties.
Yeah. I will completely agree with him on that.
Which is what an eroge is, but if you play it, you'll understand.
Because the sex is not that. It's not.
The sex is actually secondary
Yeah.
to the story.
It really is.
Yeah. And it's so different because I've played
It's secondary, but y'all took an hour and something talking about it.
2 hours, actually.
2 hours.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because when they did happen, they were good.
But no, like legitimately, if like this had no sex and it was just a visual novel,
Yeah.
I would still love it as much. I want to know more about the world. I want to know more about the locations. I want more on these characters.
You'll know where you'll get more of them? In the sequel when it gets translated to English.
Well, okay, technically it's a 1.5. It's Funbag Gaiden.
Oh, okay, so what do you mean? Like,
So I checked it out.
okay.
And there's actually Funbag Fantasy 2 and then a Funbag Fantasy 3.
Yeah.
But in between each one, there's a 0.5. So there's Funbag Fantasy Gaiden, which continues the story of Luke, 2 years into his rule, and that other kingdom that Bohon was with finally is trying to do something. So it's about that.
Okay.
Then there's Funbag Fantasy 2, which is almost, from what I've read of the synopsis, is kind of just like Funbag 1, where you get a succubus, and that kicks off the whole thing, and you're like one of the worst knights in the kingdom. But it's a different kingdom.
Yeah, I got a question.
What?
Why are their boozers so big?
It's called Funbag Fantasy, bro.
No, I just
was like first time. It looked like a baby water.
Bro, you want to see some CGs? Come here, bro. I'll show you some big CGs right now. Oh, you look at that too.
They look like
Why?
baby watermelons.
Like, why are they so big?
The infinite possibilities.
So I'm not a tit guy.
I am.
This game made me like almost cross the border. I was like, as me and Kelvin put it so lightly in the chat by ourselves, this game makes me want to fucking suck tit milk.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So.
the slight nod of approval from Fred.
Y'all niggas just weird.
Fred knows he wants
You're
to
talking
try.
to the former president of the nerds and the weirdos.
What?
Talking to the former president of the weirdos.
You mean socially awkward?
That's a different club.
That's a,
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, if this was just a regular visual novel, I would love it just as much. Like whenever the fucking sex scenes did come up, the only ones I actually never skipped past were actually the Lucera ones for some
So
reason,
nice.
and they're so nice. She gets the best ones for no
Which
fucking-
ones?
The princess.
Oh,
She
okay.
gets the best ones for no fucking reason.
I think it might have been because that's the last character you meet,
Yeah.
and they really wanted to hype her up as like, oh no, this is another demon.
Yeah.
She's like
But her sex
fucking
scenes
the
are
best
classy.
up there next to Shinzo.
So good.
She has classy sex. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Look at this is classy. I'm not gonna pull it up. Don't worry.
But yeah, my wish is that this game would get like a Dynasty Warriors type game, where I get to play as like Gladys and shit.
I mean, Hyrule Warriors is coming to the Switch, so if someone can mod it, fuck you.
Who the fuck are you?
Or even that. But yeah, like I was saying, there is a Funbag 2. Funbag 2 is a different cast, different characters, but it follows kind of the same story tropes where Worst Night, you meet a succubus, changes your life.
Is it like the same universe?
Same universe, probably.
Same like storyline? That would be
I wouldn't know.
weird.
It's not translated.
That would be weird.
And then Funbag 3 actually is very different. From what I read of it.
It's Danganronpa style.
Huh?
Danganronpa style.
No.
This death.
No.
This pink blood.
No. So Funbag 3 is you're the worst god.
Here's your classy.
That is classic.
It is. I actually really love this.
There
This,
you go.
this one. CG.
So
you understand.
Funbag 3 is that you're the god of fertility. And,
I'm sorry.
and for some reason your shrine is not being like prayed to as much by humans. And like all the other gods are just like, which are women apparently. They're like, haha, you're like the worst god, blah 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 blah.
Why does this
And-
sound similar to Noragami?
Similar, yeah, I know you're gonna say that. But basically it's just like you end up like getting enough power and then you fuck all the other gods. Like that's the harem.
It's God of War but with sex.
Okay.
You
Well,
mean God of War?
Yeah, God of War with sex.
You mean God of War?
God of War has sex.
God of War has
I'll
sex,
tell you.
yeah.
No. Extra sex.
extra
there you
sense.
go.
It's God of War, except it's actually about sex. And you're partaking in it.
So yeah, that's Funbag 3. I can't wait for that.
Here's what I fear about the other Funbags. Wait, are they actually labeled 2 and 3?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I was gonna say because it's like the other game I'm playing, Boob Wars.
Is that yours? Is actually the second, isn't it?
No, that's actually what I'm gonna point out.
Because when
there
I checked
is
out Boob Wars,
there
there's
is a
an
game
Ultimate
called
Boob Wars.
Boob Wars, and then there's Ultimate Boob Wars, which actually they have nothing to do with each
And you have
other.
Ultimate, right?
I have Ultimate.
So is that the first one?
No, that's the thing. They're not related at all.
Okay.
They're just 2 games centralized on
School Wars.
girls with different sized breasts having a war.
Boob is boob.
And Ultimate Boob War, I guess, came out second, but it has nothing to do with the other game, with the regular Boob
The
Wars
other
game.
game looked better.
It does.
The
It
first
does.
Yeah.
Just like what Immortal Paradise 2.
I think Immortal Paradise 2 is way better than 1, just from looks.
Yeah.
But that's on other hentai. You wanted to say like why you love this game so much? Or did you say-
Oh yeah, no, I just, the story captivated me. I found myself after a while not skipping the H scenes, but like skimming through them, like not caring about them as much.
And then get back to the story.
Yeah, just like waiting to get back to the story and find out what happens next. I do understand that this game is heavily about a boob fetish. I love it, but the angles that the CGs are in, my only thing that I don't care for that actually has to do with like the hentai
fucking,
part.
Like showing fucking.
There's not enough showing the fucking and showing their body. I love looking at the body and the stomach and everything
the exact same thing
when they're fucking, and you don't really see that. You see it in the CGs with the princess and
you see
and Roxanne.
Yeah.
And that's honestly about it. That's the only thing I don't really care for or agree with. But yeah, a little bit. There's like one with
there's one
ISIS.
where she's in the river because you have her doggy style.
Yeah, I think that's the only one though.
Yeah.
But yeah. But other than that, the art style I told you, when I first started playing it, I'm like, this looks really fucking weird. I don't really like it, but it grows on you. Like I actually came to really appreciate how everything looks. I think it looks beautiful.
Like me personally, I thought it was gonna take a darker route. I thought there's gonna be a good like neutral and bad route. They didn't have a bad route.
They're all good endings.
No, they're all good. But I'm thinking there was gonna be going for like the choices. I thought there was gonna be a bad route that happened. I was like, oh, okay. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed there was no bad route. Only because I just felt that having a bad route fleshes them out.
Came out from before it.
I like when games don't have bad routes, honestly.
No, I don't. I like games that have bad routes only because I feel this story. Yeah, it gives my choices more weight to them. Okay. So it's just not like, okay, like if I pick, it'd be like you come to a forking road, fuck girl A or fuck girl B. Like you fuck girl A, B kills you, and vice versa. Like I want.
He's like, who do I want to die to?
Yeah. So it's just like
I haven't downloaded School Days yet.
I love that anime.
No, I haven't been to your house.
School Days. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's full of bad endings. There's like 16 bad endings.
I see most of them on YouTube.
Yeah.
But now experience. What decision would you get?
Yeah, but I have to say, like, well, going on that fair one when Cortana, she jumps off the building and then
that one. Yeah.
Oh, the one that he pushes the.
No, that one she pushes the girl into the train.
No,
she jumps off the building.
When you're walking out with Sekai and then she just fucking falls.
Oh yeah.
And you see her breathing.
That's so bad.
There's another one where
I like the train
if you do
one.
the other way around, the train one.
Yeah, I love the train one.
If you're dating big boobs and Sekai comes in, Sekai pushes her into the train.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like you were trying to grab your girlfriend back, and all you did was grab her hand. So you just have a hand in your hand.
Oh man.
But apparently, in one release of School Days, they changed that ending so that way you can get a good ending out of it, somewhat, where you were able to save her in time, and then in turn, Sekai's phone fell out of her hand, and she cherishes her phone for some reason. She falls into the train and dies.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
And then there's Summer Days where
the
game was so bad that it had to get censored in America.
Wait, how could it be so bad that it needs to get
scene
censored?
with a little girl.
Oh, one of those.
One of those.
What?
He said one of those.
One of those.
Like,
I was gonna say, what are those?
Why I purposely don't like censoring my games. I understand.
Yeah.
What's that nigga doing here?
And like
That's really
electric nigga.
yeah.
no, but yeah, just my whole thing. Like, I like the game. There was some things that I didn't. That it was just like whatever for me. But like I mentioned earlier, 3 girls I like: Roxanne, Luceria, and Gladys.
Isis, Gladys, and Sarah.
So those 3, I like them. But just like if I'm gonna have choices, let my choices have weight to them. Then the only things like with this one, they didn't feel as dire. It was just like, okay, well, if you choose this, then this happens or something similar happens. It just things kept going. It didn't hold too much weight when you chose what you wanted to do.
I agree. I still have yet to go into Euphoria like you did, so that's gonna be something. I doubt CJ is ever gonna want to go through that game because it's not a torture porn.
It's a very,
I've
very
seen
interesting.
like videos.
And have you seen the old?
My thing is like
I thought it was interesting.
Kelvin told me that there was like a rape scene in there, and like rape was like not my thing at all. And I'm just like,
If you watch the OVA, it kind of fleshes it out.
There is a funny hentai game Sophia downloaded on my computer. You might like that. You might like that. The story's really interesting.
what is it?
It's called Fashioning Little Miss Fashionista.
That
Basically,
sounds like it will be funny.
It's funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck. It's basically about two guys. You're actually as a girl.
Okay.
It's about two guys, and you get to date either one of the boys or not date them. And essentially, you're playing a very like lonely, like inverted girl. But like one of the boys is like a fashion designer, and he wants to like he sees you as like his next project.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to make like the perfect design set based around you. And, like he has a best friend who's like kind of like really angry and like really hot-headed, but like he's actually like really nice if you get to know him.
Okay.
It's just basically you like
So basically,
Yeah.
the roles that you see in the female in reverse.
yeah. And the fun thing about it too is that you can actually take off the H scenes. You can just turn them on.
Oh, this is the game you were telling me about before. Yeah.
I can just
That's
link
pretty
you to
cool.
my account and you can download it if you want to do it. But yeah, really really fun game. So I'm probably gonna be playing that next because I finished the Mode of Paradise, 100%ed it.
I gotta go back to that.
Um,
That's what I'm playing.
I gotta.
Harem route is really funny. Harem route in that game is if you fuck all your sisters, father comes in and beats your ass. Kills you.
I like it.
He was like, "What did you?"
I mean,
It doesn't matter. Still fuck.
I gotta finish Edoge. I've had that game forever, but I think I told you after that one rape scene, and then it was just like, but no, but I really love you, and I'm just like, your reason for loving me is
I
retarded.
don't like Momoito either.
I liked her at the beginning, and I was like, oh, she
Wait, what
hates
was,
me, but it's
The
cool.
blonde-haired one with the giant tits.
Yeah,
I like it.
but yeah, I just have her and the black.
No, it
girl.
was the chick with the long black hair.
Kisara.
Yeah.
Oh, you like the artist?
Iori.
I'm more of
I liked her.
body-wise. It's not. It's glasses girl with the pigtails.
Iori?
Yori, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Yori the most, like body-wise, but story-wise, Nene has the best.
Nina has the best story. She does.
I'm afraid to do her story.
Don't.
I'm-
Her story's.
I'm afraid to do her story because I don't like Lolly, and she's Lolly.
But this one will make you like her.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Except for Shinobu and the Monogatari series, no, I don't.
Alright, we'll see. We'll get to that.
That's the
You
reason
get to
why I
fuck a
didn't.
MILF
You do
You got my attention.
in a car.
in a car
You got my attention twice.
Car? What the fuck?
with a magic vagina. Apparently, you slip it in. What is this? It's so loose and empty. Oh my god, what's happening?
game
It's
is
fucking
fun.
me itself. She's not even moving
The
yet.
game is also very funny.
That game is really funny.
So I don't get it.
But it was the reason why I didn't care for Shamwa because she had the Lolly archetype. And
We'll see. Fun news. I actually, after I beat this game, told Kelvin, I messaged Manga Gamer on the website, and I was like, Waffles games are the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be doing more Waffles games? And they go, yeah, we're going to do Funbag Gaiden. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes! So,
Awesome.
Funbag Gaiden is in the works.
yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
That's great.
Can't wait. This fucking game right here came out in 2017 in America. Contender for Game of the Year
Never that.
in my book.
Never.
Contender.
I saw on some websites. I told you earlier. For some reason, some websites put it as like a 7 and gave it like a mediocre grade. And I
You
was like,
telling me
really?
I'm sheltered?
Yes.
Mister, I'm spending money on a fucking VR? I'm
Yes.
sheltered on video games?
Yes.
Alright.
Good ones.
Oh, one more thing that another reason why I like this game. Last minute, I like the main character. Luke.
Yeah, this actually had a main character who wasn't just bland.
Yeah, he wasn't bland. And me
Yeah,
personally, I like main characters that are very just very nice,
Chill.
like chill main characters. Like even when Montaire, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Like he was fucking with you like throughout the entire thing. He's like bashing you. He's just like, oh, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way, man. But you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And like, unlike the main character in Boo Wars, I fucking hate that
I feel
character.
like I'm a gentleman, so I'm a rape you.
Well, then.
He gave us a picture in the fucking Box of Friends chat.
I'm a gentleman. Don't worry. Now let me touch your tits. And I'm like, oh God. Should I talk about it briefly, or? Okay, I'll tell you guys as soon as we stop recording
Oh, that's
about
better than Sister
Boo Wars.
Paradise from that time me and TJ were in the club when we got to the... Alright, boys, but this has been going on for like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So,
Oh damn.
yeah, we talked a lot of Funbag. This game deserved it though. Funbag Fantasy gets a 9 out of 10 from me. This has been Box of Friends. Season 2. So,
Yeah, food.
alright, let's go get some chicken tenders!